opportunity. Quickly put your, yes, I see Abhishek, you're from Arlington. Great, interesting. Hey, Nikhil. Hello, Ramakant. Roshan, Shoaib, Plabon, Abhishek. Awesome. There are a lot of you who have already joined in. Please start putting, your background in the chat box. We would love to know where you're from. And we will start, folks, in the next 2 minutes. We'll wait for people to join in. But till then, you have this opportunity to share about each other, connect with each other as well. Hello, Kaushik. Hi, Bhavya. I like how people are following sort of the house rules and sharing everything about them and not just say a company or say just their name. Awesome. Akhil, I hope my deck only is visible.
Yes, Sakshi, your deck is visible.
Okay, awesome. All right, folks, 1 more minute and then we will quickly get started. It's a Sunday morning, but I think all of you are fresh. I would love to see a lot of you on camera. First of all, cohort 1, cohort 2 members and cohort 3 members as well, I think we'll have today. Please put your cameras on. I expect that at least you guys put your cameras on and we can showcase the kind of ritual that we have at Product Space, that cameras should always be on whenever we are in any sort of meetings. So all the presenters, all our cohort members, please quickly put your cameras on. Folks, not just your LinkedIn profiles, your complete details, please share that. Folks, 30 more seconds and then we'll begin. You have your last chance to share about your background. Awesome. Cohort members, I still don't see you on camera. Arun, Sushmit, Sushil, do we have you here?
Can you
Hey,
see us now?
Ashu. Awesome. I see Asmita, Amar. Okay.
Can you see us now?
Calvin. I'm not sure who's speaking.
Yes, actually, good morning.
Yes,
Hello,
Sakshi, good
good morning.
morning.
Yes,
Yes,
now
Sakshi,
I
good
can
morning.
see more people. Folks,
Good
please put your
morning.
cameras on. Whenever we do sessions or anything, we have it that you have to have your cameras on. Otherwise, we just feel that you're not maybe paying attention, right? Awesome, folks. So I'll quickly get started. A very warm welcome to all of you and a good morning. Right. So if this is the first time that you're with us, then welcome. And if you've been here before, you already know that Product Space is all about bringing product managers, product leaders together to learn, share, and push the boundaries of what's possible in product management. Today specifically is all about innovation, bold ideas, and showcasing what is possible when AI meets product thinking, right? Now, over the past few weeks, our cohort members who are specifically PMs already have been building AI-powered products. So they have been taking their ideas from just a particular concept to final execution, and today they are here to share their complete work, their learnings, and whatever challenges that they've tackled along the way as well, right? So today you will see that they aren't just built in 1 or 2 days, right? So I will just showcase the kind of calendars as well that they had, that every day they're spending 2 to 3 hours just in different kinds of meetings, getting to connect with each other, with our internal mentors and everyone as well, right? So this is not built in just 1 or 2 days. This has taken a lot of effort. So I would love for all of you to keep, cheering all the presenters today on, right? Now, whatever result that you see today, it's finally of the deep learning, the hands-on experimentation that they have done, and all of the guidance that they've gotten over the last few weeks, right? If I can expect people to mute their mics for a while. Awesome. Now, all of our cohort members, they have applied the tech foundations that they have learned of agentic AI with NA10. They've also applied prompt engineering, LLMs, and neural network, and also responsible AI product development, right? So you will get a chance to witness all of this today. And we would love to have some kind of interaction with all of you as well, but via chat, maybe not completely, why are you saying something as of now, right? Now, all of this that they've done, right? This has not been done alone. There is a whole team that we have behind this. We have our mentors as well who have helped them, guided them throughout the way. I will share a bit more about them towards the end. But we are very, very lucky to have such an amazing team, such an amazing cohort who has performed really well. And we're very, very excited for all of you to see what they've built so far. Quickly, not taking any more time, I would love for you to meet the panelists that we have today here. We have Abhijit. He is the Associate Director at Zeta. And then we have Nishant, who is Associate Director of Product at Razorpay. And we have Siba Prasad as well, who is a product leader at Google, and he has been previously with Atlassian and Flipkart as well. Thank you so much to all three of you for coming in here today and sharing your insights. We would love to hear from you what you think. We have a lot in store. So I hope I am able to. Yeah, I see Abhijit, I see Siba as well. Nishant, if someone can help, if I can find Nishant as well. Cool. Akhil, if we can quickly check for Nishant too. Awesome. All right, folks. Now, before we begin, just some ground rules, and we wanted to make this super interactive. So it's not just us, showcasing and the panelists giving scores. We have you also joining in, right? So how the scoring pattern for this will work is 50% of the scores that the people will get who are presenting their own products. It will be from our internal scoring, whatever the mentors have scored these teams. 25% will be from the panelists that we have here, and the rest 25% is given by you, the audience. We'll run a poll and we will see the scores that we that you guys also give to the people who are presenting, right? So you get to interact as much as all of us are. And I hope you pay attention, you understand how they've broken down the problem, what are the concepts that they're using as well, and possibly try something on your own as well, right? Uh, how the event will work is I will be inviting each team. Then they will present for around 8 minutes. It will be followed by a Q&A. The Q&A, verbal Q&A will only be with the panelists. So the panelists can ask question and answer. And then we will have the final audience poll, which will be for the scoring that you want to give to the team as well, right? While the presentation is going on, you can still ask your questions, and we would love for you to ask your questions so that you can accordingly give the scores to all of the people who are presenting as well. One person from the team is presenting and 2-3 people will be there on chat as well. So if you have any questions, queries regarding what they're presenting, do put it down in the chat, right? Awesome. With all of that said, Akhil, anything that you want to add here?
No, I think let's start. Even I'm excited and looking forward to what the team has built on. Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. All right, folks. So just a quick shout out to Arun as well. He's one of the lead mentors who we have. He has spent a lot of time in mentoring the teams that you see here today. So Arun, if you could wave a hi to everyone who is here. Awesome. I can't see you, but yeah.
Yeah.
All
Hello.
right.
Hi.
Okay, awesome. Great. We'll move on to the first team. We have Voyage Genie here with us today. This team consists of Suresh. He's principal PM at Joby. Then we have Siddharth, who is associate PM at BoxPay. Gaurav, who is staff PM at Walmart Labs, and then Praveen, who is a product analyst at Upstocks. Right. Now, before I hand over to them, teams, you can get yourself ready so that once I hand over, you just quickly can get started as well. Right. So folks would quickly love for you to understand, right, that like I've been planning some trips abroad, and I just kept thinking that where should I go? How should I, possibly book the tickets? Where will I stay? And I already always have this skepticism that how will the place actually look, right? And with that in mind, this was the main problem statement that they have been thinking through. And with that, we want to welcome Voyage Genie. It helps you understand how the place would look like, what are the pictures, videos that you can actually experience even before you're going to the trip, right? So I'll just hand it over to the teams who are here so that they can showcase what they've finally built. Over to you, Voyage Genie team. All the very best.
Thank you, Hakshi. Let me first share my screen.
Yes.
Very good morning to everyone. Just let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Yes.
All right. Let me show the slides. All right. My slideshow is visible to all?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with us today. And it's a lovely day today. So we'll start with the problem statement. And let me first introduce the AI agent, Voyage Genie. So as Sakshi slightly stated, that it's your travel guide that takes the chaos out of your trip planning. Let me introduce my team. Myself, Suresh. We have Siddharth Verma, Praveen J, and Gaurav Kohli. We four of us have worked together to build this AI agent as part of the Caption project. Let me start with the problem statement. So what is it that we are trying to address? So planning a trip, I mean, as we all experience and even we experience in our life, that today it's a very fragmented and time consuming. As a traveler, we have to jump between different places, blogs, videos, review sites to really understand the destination, to pick up what themes or what are the most important aspects that I can cover at a particular destination. What is unique about the destination? What budget is I can manage with, or what itineraries I should create. So we thought that what if a smart assistant could do all these in seconds instead of people having to spend hours and spending a lot of effort. And that's where the Voyage Genie comes to the picture. So we leverage AI to plan your trip. So what Voyage Genie does, it leverages AI to recommend you destination specific themes. So when you are trying to explore a particular destination, be it a city or a state or a country, you should you're looking at like what is a special or what is Voyage Genie leverages AI to recommend you the themes which are very specific to that particular destination. Based on your choice of themes that you want to explore, it will craft a personalized itinerary, which would be again aligned based on your budget and your travel style. Okay. It also curates real-time data like photos, videos, and destination insights to give you a much more visually immersive itinerary and saves a lot of cognitive overload for your research about a destination. So it's not just an automation, it's about using AI to solve a real world problem with creativity. So let's go ahead and look at the technical stack that we use. So we use Anytime at the back for the backend workflow. We use Level for front-end Gemini 2.0 Flashlight as the AI model. We use YouTube API and Google APIs for videos and photos. Currently, we have built this agent with zero cost. We have not incurred any cost in building. We have used all these freemium and free APIs. But once we scale, the cost would rise, and which we look forward to offset through strategic monetization. So let's get into the demo. All right. So as a user, let's say for example, I'll just explore a destination. You want to go to a place. Let's say we want to go to Assam, and let's say we want to go there for 2 days duration. And let's say I want to go in the month of July. My travel type is either solo trip, couple, friends, or family. Let's say I select family. And what's going to be travel cost? Is it, am I budget travel or standard or a luxury? So let's say standard travel, and then click continue. So what Voyage Genie does is that it will curate the theme which is specific to Assam. So like for example, Majuli Island Experience, Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary, right? Tea garden trails, culture, monsoon waterfalls, depending on the month in which you are visiting, since we said July, river cruise and Brahmaputra views, temple and heritage. Now this is something which is very specific to Assam. Let's take, for example, we take two themes, and then we say, okay, I want to tour Assam based on these two themes, and let me see what options do I have, what are the attractions, what are the places to visit, right? Now, the genie is trying to create a personal itinerary, okay, and it's trying to curate the information from various places, the about the destinations, the descriptions of the destinations, the videos, the photos, all those information it just collects at a real time basis. It collates everything together and then tries to present you an itinerary which is in a very, visually appealing way. So that's what it takes some time to get all these information. So let's say, for example, trying to visit Assam, right? October to March for pleasant weather and festivals. What are the type of travelers who love to visit Assam? Family travelers, enthusiasts, cultural explorers, right? Let's delve into the day-wise itinerary. So let's say in day one, you would have Majuli Island immersion, right? It shows the photos and the videos curated from Google over here. We also have some videos to give you some real-life experiences. For example, if I play this video,
This Indian island will disappear very soon. It's the world's largest river island located in Assam called Majuli.
right? So here itself, the user can look at some of the videos that we have created. Similarly, the day-wise itinerary would look like the different places that you can visit, the theme-wise photos and the videos. So for day one, we have the different places like Kalambari, Satra. These are photos of that place. Poetry Village. These are photos of that particular destination. Like what is it that you can explore? Discover the art of poetry, etc. Right. At the end of day one, since you have visited a couple of places, we will also recommend you some restaurants which are very specific to the places which is part of day one itinerary, so that you can have your lunch, dinner, or breakfast at one of these places. And these are all highly rated places, right? Since you're new, you don't have to explore or try to hunt about or to figure out what places I should have my day-wise itinerary, day-wise food. So day two is your wildlife and heritage of Kaziranga. Place Kaziranga National Park. We give this information. So day two, we have these places to visit. And at the end of the day, you will have your suggested restaurant for you. At the end of the itinerary, we are giving you some recommended stays. So these are some of the recommended stays based on the budget. So you have selected the standard budget. So we give you stays option based on your standard budget. Had you been taken budget, we would have given budget stays. If you have given luxury, we would have suggested luxury stay. And at the end, we also have some general information like fly into Guwahati and then arrange for transportation to the destination Assam. Okay, the weather is generally pleasant during the winter months. Try it, local Assamese cuisine, offers
Suresh,
delicious flavors, etc. So these are some of
s-
the things about it. At the end, we have an option to send
hi
your
Suresh.
itinerary to email.
Suresh, can you hear us?
Yes.
Suresh, this is Akhil. Just a small request, if you can turn off your video. I think there's a voice break. So I think it's taking a little bit of your bandwidth. So if that's okay.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah,
I hope now it's better.
yeah,
Much
relatively
better.
it's
Yeah.
better. Yep, yep.
All right. All right. So anything that I missed? I mean, you want me to repeat if my voice was not clear?
No, go ahead, go ahead. So far, all
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, let's say if I enter my email and then click send email, it will send me this whole itinerary as a PDF so that I can share it with my friends or I can share it with my family, discuss it with my family, etc. Right? Now let us take you to the init and flow as well. This is the backend, and I will invite my friend Siddharth to talk about it.
Hey, hi everyone. Thank you, Suresh, for showing the wonderful demo. Can you just zoom in so that I can just show? So yeah, hi everyone. So basically, as everyone is curious, like what tech stack we use and how AI is enabled in this, can be done normally? Yeah, it can be done normally, but where AI brings the magic, I will explain you. So at the first step, as you saw, like when the user entered the destination, after that they are getting the travel themes. So basically, those travel themes and experiences are customized according to each destination that we are using Gemini LLM model to fetch that. For example, if you will put Switzerland, it will give you maybe the theme would be like mountains or the snow retreats. But if you would put Goa or Barcelona, it will give you like visit Barcelona football ground, enjoy the beaches. So the AI is basically generating the theme on the basis of the destination. So the first block that you can see in yellow is doing that only, basically fetching all the themes according to the destination. After that, when once we get the theme, when the user selects the theme, they get the like our backend model is getting the places according to the themes that a user can experience at that particular city. And then we are trying to get like the red block is trying to get the restaurants. We are using Google API here to get all the famous. We have like applied queries here on the basis of the budget. For example, if you're going for a standard or a budget trip, we might show you restaurant that cost less for you. But if you're going for a luxury trip, we might show you fine dining restaurant. And so we are using Google APIs and creating queries according to that. The red blocks is solving all that solution. Then comes the green block. Here we are fetching the hotels. It is also dependent on the basically the budget. If you're going luxury, we'll be giving you 5-star properties and everything. And also if you're going solo, you might get a like get hostel or something. And here we are fetching a central location. So for example, if our itinerary gives you you are going for 4 days, it might be the situation that their places are far away. So you are getting a central location to fetch the hotel also. So that your travel time is minimal and you can enjoy your destinations effectively. And at the last, the yellow block, we are getting all the images and the videos. Here we are using the YouTube API and the Google Photos API to get everything. And AI is basically creating the queries on the basis of the preferences that the people are feeding. And at the end, we are just merging all the nodes and getting the final itinerary that you are able to see. So that's our flow for the N10.
Thank you so much, Siddharth. So
Yeah, so you can add it.
thank you so much, Siddharth. So that ends the demo. We are open for any QA.
Awesome, folks. That was really amazing, the amount of work that you've put in. And this is actually very useful for anyone who is traveling, right, or who's planning a travel. I will open the stage for the panelist. Siba, maybe would you like to start with any questions?
Yeah, Sakshi, so
Yeah.
before we go to the panelists, Sibu, I'm really sorry for just one.
No worries, no
I
worries.
just wanted to ask the team, like, I think this sounds like a very interesting product itself, right? And I'm sure all of us, when we are looking for planning some trips, we've been wandering across websites, figuring out if someone can tell us, right? So, Suresh and team, like, are you guys trying to monetize this product? Like, looks like hell of a potential.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so right now,
basically,
Akhil, this is just in an MVP stage. And
Right.
what we are looking for is to add few more features. Like we wanted to first make this as a conversational. As you have seen that
Awesome.
right now, it's just a one-way traffic. Like you enter the details and then you get an itinerary. The
Awesome.
next milestone that we want to make this conversion. So when you have the itinerary, the traveler should have the option to interact with the itinerary and modify it to get the best possible itinerary that they have. Explore it. So
Oh,
using the conversation, we wanted to make it much more personalized. And once that is done, we are thinking to have the monetization strategy. So there we are
I'm
looking
going to
at
be the
two aspects.
yeah.
One is
That
the
that that
partner aspect, and the other is the user aspect. So we are going to go ahead with this as a freemium model. So you can have two itineraries or one itineraries, and then for further itineraries interaction, we will monetize it.
That's super interesting. When you guys launch, I'm going to be the first paid user. So, and I think you'll get a lot of
Thank you so
audience from
much.
the, from teams as well here. So awesome. Yeah, I think Sakshi, over to you. I'm really sorry but just wanted
So
to, yeah, yeah, Arun.
all of these will be monetizing either with the companies that give the funding, or it will be on the product space marketplace model that we are having for all the agents, right, Akhil? So we'll probably host them there also
Yep,
for early
definitely.
access users. Of course, the cohort students try it for free. Yeah, that's the monetization
Awesome.
plan. Have a marketplace for all these agents.
That sounds super exciting. I think Arun has already spilled the beans, so we'll have to launch it soon. Yeah, Sakshi, over to you. Thanks, folks.
Awesome. Yeah, Siva, you can go ahead with your
One
question.
It's not a question, actually a recommendation, right? Mostly
Okay.
people, if you look at customers, right, they do not go for places, but they go for experiences. Maybe you can frame it that way because people would want experience from a specific trip. This comes down from a long lost business idea of mine as well, where we actually did some research and it was mostly people seeking for experiences rather than places. So they are okay to go to any place if the experience is available. So maybe you can frame it that way. The second thing that I wanted is the question that Akhil asked, the revenue model. I wanted to go deeper because for me, scale matters a lot because your product should grow over a period of time, right? It's not that about just being selling it. I wanted to go a bit deeper on that if it's okay with you. I hope, Akhil,
Yeah.
maybe we can have some NDA signed with people before you get into these kind of meetings because this has scope, but I would want to go deeper into the
Absolutely.
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure. It's like, what do you think is the business model here? I'm just trying to understand the scale of what you're looking at. Like when you think about monetization, right, there are two parts to it.
Yeah.
One is where you're generating a PDF and sharing it to people. So what you're doing here is, while you're reducing the cognitive load of booking the tickets on the customer is still there. Like he has to now
Yeah.
refer to a PDF and book a ticket.
Yeah.
The other thing is that you're in a partner model where also you're helping people to book the tickets or building an itinerary, and that
Yeah.
becomes an experience that is also sold. So that is the commission-based model that you can go ahead with
Yeah.
partners with, and you form the layer of the AI where you can sell it to other companies, like be it GoIVivo, PickMyTrip, or anything of that sort, which they
Yeah.
haven't done, right? That's third thing that I wanted to say is when you come down to the recommended stays, are you just looking into Google, or are you going to pull out information from other platforms? And it is very critical. The reason why I say that is ratings differ on different platforms.
Yeah.
So you have to normalize it. Specific restaurant ratings in Google will be very high, but when you go to Zomato and Swiggy, they will be very different. Now, if you
Yes.
don't normalize it, you might end up suggesting something wrong to customers because um, people do review wrong and people do there is a problem that trust and safety that is also there that every company is trying to solve, right? Be it Amazon reviews or any reviews. So how are you going to normalize it? Because I would want you to look into other platforms to extract data as well and use their APIs, be it Zomato. They are publicly available sites, right? You can
Yeah.
use their APIs anytime. And so maybe I can talk to you later because it will expose a lot of your ideas.
Yeah.
Because there is no NDA signed, I would not want to discuss those things. But yeah, overall, it's a good idea. And it has, you know, this is a service model that would make good revenues if you want to.
Sure.
Thank you for the insights and
Thank you.
the thoughts and suggestions, Sibo. Really appreciate that. So on a very macro level, we are thinking on two aspects of the monetization. One is the monetization from the user, the traveler, and the second is partner preferences. So when we talk about the first aspect, like monetizing from the user, so we are thinking about the freemium model where as a user, you can generate your itinerary, let's say for two places or maybe two itineraries. And then if you want to make it conversation, if you want to utilize the conversational feature, you have to
Hmm.
become a paid customer. Or even if you want to generate more itineraries, you have to become paid customer. So that's the freemium model that we are thinking from the user.
I'll tell you, this is a very tight rope to walk. They'll tell you why. The problem here comes in is this is a pure network effects model where you want to subsidize someone and monetize someone. Now, what happens in these kind of scenarios is when you monetize the one network side, which actually gives you a lot of traffic, you might be put at a spot where that can be done by something else. Think about it. I'll share some links with you. The network effects model is to which side to monitor because um, in the beginning, while you're telling that you want to go to the freemium model, you would want a lot of traffic onto your sites. It's about number of users that you have, right? Or else why would make my trip come to you? Because they can build the same as well, because this is what your IP is. Now, when you come to that model, you have to very well understand that if you have the number of customers on your side, the everything else can be done somewhere else because anyone else can use the same APIs and same AI models to get that done. Now you have GPT 1.0, 2.0, and 2.5 will also come up in some other time. So there are multiple things that you need to think of because this can be developed. Now, every time this happens, there is no IP protection here, right? There is nothing says that you can't build a second Ola. You can definitely build a second Ola. It's all about how you plan it correctly. So this might need some thinking. You might go deep into how the customer thinks and do that before you decide on a model. Like this is one of the biggest mistakes that we as startups do. I've done that. So telling you from my experience. So you need to understand how your revenue model should be, and that will actually pave the path for whether you succeed or whether you stay in between somewhere.
Awesome.
Sure.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Sivu. I think one thing we can also plan, Sakshi, probably if the team wants to go ahead with the idea, probably a call with Sivu, wherein a lot of these insights can be, of course,
Sure.
Implemented deeper. So,
Yeah,
Sivu, if it's
definitely.
okay for you, we'll definitely love to have that call.
Yep.
I think all those insights are super, super awesome. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Abhijit, over to you. Yeah.
Yes, thanks. Thank you. Suresh, I would just like to know, is itinerary the only artifact that you would like to give? Because there's probably a lot more that comes
Exactly.
after an itinerary as well, right?
Abhijit, I was not asking this exact question because of the
Yeah.
NDA. I was stopping
Right,
myself
right.
because there is something
So
lot beyond that. That
Exactly,
itinerary
exactly.
is just the beginning, and then comes everything. The whole monetization is after that.
yeah,
You'll
yeah, Vijay, thank you.
execution.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically, since it's a capstone project and MVP, so we have started with the itinerary. So in the like future product roadmap, we have multiple things to like as we mentioned about the business model, and we're expanding for the hotel booking and flight booking as well, where we can maybe partner with different. We have multiple like partner MMT or like Go IBO, we can partner with them and do the affiliate or like if someone gets a recommendation of our hotel, they can get and click and we can work on the commission part. And also like we will be taking the travel preferences as well, user preferences. For example, if you Abhijit has booked maybe created an itinerary once, and next time they comes, we know their preferences, so we might already on the basis of that, using AI, we can just suggest you, and maybe don't ask you again to give your preferences, so it can cut one more step for you as well. So we are also plan to integrate that. And for example, you might plan a trip in December and you are making an itinerary in August. And in December, there might be a dynamic change that weather changes or your flight get delayed. The itinerary will automatically adapt to it. You don't have to do anything. So we are planning
Perfect.
everything. It's in the
Awesome.
roadmap. So we will be working. Yeah.
Right. Also think about auxiliary services, right? Something like a visa,
Yeah.
visa
Exactly.
application, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
certain things which is not available. See, some of the things like hotel booking and flight booking is kind of simplified already. There are multiple vendors already there. Things something like you'll have to book a specific place, you'll have to buy tickets for a specific place. Is not easily sorted. You will have to go through that particular website itself, right? So those are the some of the areas. In terms of monetization, I would still suggest think of other ways too. Don't just limit it to the number of itineraries. Now, a
Yeah.
user based, think a little bit beyond his messaging, but
Sure.
kudos, guys, great work. Love the idea and presentation too. Thank you.
There is
Sure.
one
Thank you,
more
Abhijit.
thing I
Thank
wanted
you.
to highlight, Suresh. This is
Yeah.
something that I had missed. I've written it down. The bigger problem with the specific itineraries that we need is compliance. When I say compliance and laws, if you go to specific places, right, there are multiple laws which people are not aware of. And see, I'll tell you typical scenarios. You go to Sikkim, you need a lot of permits, which you only get to know when you reach there, or if your travel agent actually knows. If you do a solo travel, dude, you are in soup when you land there. Same is the case with Kashmir, same is the case with Northeast. I'm an avid traveler, and I've been in situations where you don't have permit, you stay for a day, everything gets extended, flights get cancelled, and all of that crap happens. These are kind of core problems that currently these sites do not offer. None of the sites do, and that only comes
Yeah.
with when you go to Trilofia or something of that sort. And I had written down, maybe that is something you would want to add to that model, which will actually help the customer. But again, your model has to go to multiple places. Like one, you are just searching from YouTube. Go beyond that and get some more insights. Normalize it. And as Abhijit said, right, I think we would want to discuss that offline because the monetization is where this will
Yeah.
play something. And
Okay.
dude, you need to get the
Shibu,
NDA signed.
yeah,
Sure.
Shibu
Sure.
Abhijit, just for context, like because this was, and we had put a lot of guardrails of how these people are learning, right? Generally, the upskilling that has happened for these cohort members is around AI and how to use AI and build end-to-end products, right? When PMs generally think about it, it's limited to PRD writing or recommending solutions, but not building end-to-end working prototypes. And we wanted to build something which is end-to-end functioning, and they gets hands-on to Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, DeepSeek, all these APIs, endpoints integrated, and spin off their own agents in like 10-15 minutes going forward for anything that they're solving in. So I know there is a lot of potential, and that is where I or the team who are mentoring them would take some blame, that we have cut corners and we have told them, let's build something where user gets immediate value. Today, when I create an itinerary, I'm not able to see real photos, real videos. And we said, go ahead and show that to the people, that if I land in a certain place, if I'm traveling to work life, I'm traveling to Paris, how my hotel and surrounding would look like. Right. And that was the scope of it. So I'm just giving that heads up because
No worries,
the
no worries.
project
That's
that
perfectly fine.
what we have put a guardrail on is, hey, let's create something end to end working with AI and free of cost, that anyone can just go and become a builder of AI rather than thinking that, hey, I learned what I need to learn, what is the theory behind it, where to get started. So that's the idea. Like, we are really evaluating them on the feasibility of AI and end to end agents. I hope that gives
No,
context. I'm not sure if that
Yes.
was
yeah,
provided.
Thanks,
yeah,
Arun.
yeah,
That helps.
absolutely.
It's
That
not
helps.
about all the
That helps.
potential use cases. It's about taking one use case end to end is what you
Yes,
have
and
looking
solving it
Yeah,
with AI, like really becoming hands-on with AI and saying that, hey, I know AI and now I can build things on AI. I just don't do prompt and ask ChatGPT. I can hit the endpoints, I can scrape data, I can put it in a format, I can create my UI using Lovable, right? The UI that you saw, that genie is flashing, create that animation. We are no more dependent on design, engineering, or marketing in any way.
yeah.
understood.
So
Thanks, Arun.
I'm not debating that at all. What happens, no, when you come across a good idea, you start thinking 10 steps ahead. And
Yeah.
that is exactly what is
And
happening.
yeah,
We
yeah.
know that this is done. So
So we'll
what I'm
see the
trying to
next
say is
five
think that,
ideas
think this,
also.
think that.
Yeah, when we see the next ideas also, because we have some healthcare and influencer cases
Yeah,
also, there is always legal compliance that comes to it, and we will think, oh, how to just take it to market and start making money out of it. So just
exactly.
wanted to set that context. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no
Awesome,
worries.
awesome. I think thank you, Sibu, Bijit, right? But just a small request to everyone for the time check, because we've just finished
Yeah.
with one team at 11:40. We have four more teams, right? So, Sakshi, over to you, and let's
Yes.
go to the next team. I think Asmita is already excited. She's already shared her screen. So,
And
Asmita, you can bring your team on camera, and then we can start. Yeah.
Yeah. So next up we have Medibol, just quickly giving a brief. We have Mrinal Bajpai, she is a PM. She was previously with Rectify. Then we have Bhavini, she's product owner at Amway. We have Jyotika as well. She is a PM at Publicis Sapient. And finally, Asmita Grover, she is a PM at Morningstar. Folks, over to you to share your problem statement and overall your solutions as well.
Hi, thanks, Sakshi. Just a minute, I'll share my screen,
Sure.
which I've already done by mistake. Apologies, but I'll do it again.
No.
Just a minute.
Folks, just one quick reminder, 8 minutes for the presentation, 4 minutes for the Q&A, because otherwise we'll stay here the whole Sunday. So please, try to wrap it up in 8 minutes itself.
Yeah, I hope it is visible.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Go ahead.
it is.
Great. So, hi everyone. My name is Asmita Grover, and we are really looking forward to walking you all through the MediLocker AI. And I'm here with the fantastic team of four, who includes Jyotika, Mrinal, Bhavini, and I. So before starting with the presentation, I would like to ask you all a question. Have you ever tried reading a doctor's prescription and felt like you are decoding an ancient script, or even worse, if you have ever confidently put your medical reports in a safe place?
Guys,
Dhanush,
please be
can
on mute.
mute. Dhanush Srinivas, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just asking if you have ever confidently put your medical reports in a safe place only to never find it again. Well, it happens to all of us, majority of us basically. But what if I tell you that there's an AI agent, MediLocker, can read those impossible predictions for you, uh, prescriptions for you, and remind you when to take your medicines, and even store all your medical records in one repository. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, meet MediLocker AI, your personal healthcare assistant. Yeah. Now, I would like you all to meet Amit and Meena. Amit, a very busy corporate professional who juggles between, work, meeting, deadlines, and, learning just like we are doing, and living a very little room to remember his medications. And parallelly, there's Meena, who is mother of Amit, who is an elderly retired woman, a very loving mother, but sometimes forgets her prescription and needs some support while managing her health. While Amit is not able to take care of himself, how would he do it for Meena, his mother? Uh, like they both need exactly one way to manage their medical reports and reminders, and that's exactly what MediLocker AI does. Yeah. So look how happy Meena and Amit are after knowing that there's MediLocker AI for their digital health as their digital health companion. It offers four things specifically. You don't have to juggle between the prescription, doctor's handwriting, and so on. You will get reminders of your medication on your Google Calendar and WhatsApp. It is easily accessible anywhere. When I talk about easily accessible, how it is accessible, when you upload your prescription, it goes directly into a repository as your drive, right? Google Drive, and from where you can access it anytime, anywhere. Then we have when you upload your test reports, blood test reports, or any other test reports, it warns you with an alert that your test reports or some ranges are going beyond or below. It alerts you as well. So these are the things that we are working on. Uh, Now we'll talk about how the journey looks like for Amit and Meena. Amit and Meena uploads their prescription and they'll get the reminders over the WhatsApp and Google calendars as well. When to take, how many to take, and so on. Then Amit can access his and his mother's reports anywhere, anytime from the repository. And the best part, Amit and Meena both gets the alert when anything goes beyond or below the ranges that is mentioned or something prescribed by the doctor. And they both live happily ever after. So no, in our terms, we say they both stay on track with their health effortlessly. Going ahead, we got to know that there are a lot of people like Amit and Meena who wants our help. So we got to know that 7 out of 10 patients juggle between prescription error effects. 40% of the patients miss their medication and 30% of the patients lost their medical report early. And when we talk about total addressable market, it's $660 billion, which is a huge number. It is globally, but when we talk about India's market, it's $40 billion. And when we talk about the potential users, is 20 million plus users, which is our serviceable obtainable market in India that we can work upon. So when we talk about the areas who we will be offering this to, this is B2B and B2C. When we talk about B2C, there are people, individual like Amit and his mother, elderly people who have Alzheimer's or other chronic diseases, and the people like Rahul who wants to get the alerts when anything goes wrong with their test reports. And the other part is B2B also, where the nurses like Priya can handle their medication, their patient medication effortlessly. So we are covering both B2B and B2C. AI agent architecture. Mrinal, would you like to take this one?
Thank you, Ashmita. Hi, everyone, on this lovely afternoon from wherever you are. I'll be turning off my camera so that there's no network lag or anything. I'll be directly taking you to the workflow. I'll have to, one moment. Ashmita, you can stop sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is my screen visible? A quick heads up.
Yeah.
Okay. So MedLocker interface that we have built using Lovable. So what it does is it accepts a few basic requirement basically for first time user registration or anyone who comes later on after registering. So obviously I have pre-fed, we have pre-run in interest of time. So I'll be taking my mail ID. I have set up a patient name and I have taken a prescription. Mind you, we have already tested the entire workflow with multiple scenarios, be it bad handwriting or be it a bad vernacular, something like some different vernacular, like in Hindi, different languages. Also, we have done the testing, and the AI has successfully translated the prescription. Then we have the test report. Test report is different from a prescription. It's prescription is given by a doctor. Test reports are for different. It's your body medical reports. And then we have a mobile number. I'm not going to show mine, but somehow it came up. I'll just submit it, and this accepts the file. And meanwhile, along with that, we while it's processing, we have some do you know facts about if someone, what are the issues that come up if someone miss their medicine or something like that. We have the workflow for you. This is, we have built this using NA10, and we have integrated OpenAI chat model. We have integrated Google Calendar, Google Mail. We have integrated WhatsApp as well. And the different things that we have here is first is create it's accepts the file taken, the ID is taken. Then it looks for the master folder, like does that one exist or not. Like let's say I'm creating one for my sister. Do I have a folder named under my sister or not? If it doesn't, then we'll create a new one. It does not repeat. Also, it does not create duplicate values as well, because prescriptions are very important documents to deal with. Then we have it it reading the PDF and the image separately, basically the report and prescription separately. Here it accesses the entire report. It converts the PDF to text. Then it fetches the results and information, and then it sends a mail and regarding the summary of the prescription of the report, sorry. Then we have the prescription image. It reads the prescription. It sets breakfast, lunch and dinner reminder for the medicines that you have during that respective time frame, be it breakfast, lunch or dinner, and it also sends a mail for the same. And then we have the entire summarization here. So here we have the mail that we receive once we trigger the workflow. We have a breakfast reminder. What are the medicines that I have to take separately for dinner? And there was no medicine to take for lunch, so there was none. And here we have the calendar invite daily from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for the number of iterations that is prescribed on the prescription. And here we have a prescription, the summary of the prescription and the report. Here are the medicines, and here are the what are the suggestions given by the doctor. And then along with that, we automatically have this popping up on our on our Google Calendar. Along with that, we also have one moment. We also have a WhatsApp trigger where I have set up. What we have done is we have set up a basic WhatsApp chat. For now, if I send it anything, it'll send me a summarization of whatever medications I have to take. Allow it a moment. Yes, this is the current prescriptions description. As of now, whenever I send anything, it'll be sending this text, which is the summary. In the future, we shall look at it being more interactive, because different age groups might require different kind of conversation mode. So yes, over to you, Asmita.
Yeah, I think you
So
have
one moment
summed it
before that,
up very well.
Arun,
Yes.
after the presentation, we'll be taking up the questions, or right now for the workflow
We
we
can
can.
take up questions from judges right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Great, folks. I think you already saw the kind of reactions that everyone had. And I definitely want this personally. And I think a lot of other people as well would, I mean, it's amazing to see the amount of work that has gone into this. All right, we will go forward. Nishant, would you like to go first? Ask your questions.
Hey, hi folks. Sorry I missed the
No.
first presentation because of some internet issues, but
No.
I think great. I think I was just reading all the comments, and to be able to pull off something like this in a couple of weeks is commendable. And I mean, just looking at the complexity of the workflow that you had designed, and I think it's great, right? I think one thing that was coming to my mind, again, it's a feedback as well as a question, that with medical science, especially with something that you're putting in your body, right, you have to be 100% accurate in terms of what
Exactly.
you judge, in terms of what you infer from the prescription, right? So what are your thoughts on how you will ensure this accuracy? Because there are drugs which sound very similar, which the name is also very similar. Sometimes even the first four words are the same. In the fifth word there is some letter which changes, right? So and it can completely change the, it can cause a lot of other issues. So how are you going to ensure that the accuracy, I mean, I saw your comment on, you have experimented with different kind of handwritings and everything, but how are you going to ensure the accuracy so that there is the user is taking what they're supposed to take?
So, Ashmita, shall I answer it?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so obviously the first most important thing was accuracy. That is why we did not put any prompt in AI that you add anything from your end. Whatever it is, it has to be mentioned point to point. We did not play around with any prompt for AI here. It's just interpreted. In future, going ahead, we'll have to play around with NLP, natural language processing, a lot, so that it does not. Firstly, we can't have any rag here because the past medication might not be the one currently which has been recommended to me. So we don't want any play along with any kind of memory. It has to be just language processing in the most transparent way. That is the only check we have to do, because we do not want the data to be present in a colorful way. We want it to be accurate. So that's the only thing we have to master it with accuracy.
Yeah, I think another thing that you can think of is, like, even sometimes a very simple step of asking the user to confirm whether this is the actual medication, right? So
Definitely.
you basically, the user uploads the medication, and now you're storing it in the health records. In the future, you will use these health records for other analytics and everything, right? So before you store it in the health records, you say that, I have inferred this. Is this actually this, right? And you give some more idea about what that medicine is expected to do. For example, two very similar sounding medicines, one might be for your stomach, one might be for something else, right? So you say that I have inferred this medicine is for this XYZ. Is this the medicine that the doctor told you? And invariably the user will remember what the doctor told them for, and then you could, so the user confirmation step is something that you could think of.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so
Thanks.
very good
Thanks.
question, Nishant. So this is exactly what I had in mind also. Like I was in the healthcare industry for the first 3 years. This is where you will need a lot of approvals because the medicines that you take, when you talk about diseases like Alzheimer's, which are really, really sensitive, you would not want to subscribe a wrong medicine. Even if you use AI, it has to go through a manual approval process because the dosage is very important. And with that, when the time that they have to take. So, how do you get the feedback into your system that whatever you have inferred is exactly correct? Is one part to it. Second, maybe I'm being the devil's advocate here. I'm just asking the question. You are solving two problems here, right? One is converting what has been written through NLP to a readable format. The second is scheduling it, correct? Now, what
Right.
if, okay, sorry, was there a question? Okay, so now again, becoming a devil's advocate. Apologies if I'm going out of bounds here, but the same thing right now, if you see into many hospitals, doctors are advised to type in their prescriptions instead of writing it in a piece of paper, which is already solved if I go by that way. And Apple and Google phones right now have a scheduler, medication scheduler. If you see, you can schedule your medicines by whatever has been entered there. Verbatim, whatever has been entered, you can just enter it over there. So where do you think that you fall in line with these two apps? And how do you go with the market competition here? Because it's already available in two different formats. You're connecting it. I'm just trying to ask this, entice those questions based on your product idea. How do you think it will go forward?
That's a really good question. Definitely, there's an Apple Watch. We have the scheduler for one by one what medicines we have. This acts not just as a reminder, because any person can go to Google Calendar and set a reminder. This acts as a digital medical repository for you to access it anywhere, anytime, along with the additional features of it acting as a reminder, it reminding you over WhatsApp. So, it happens that we always visit a doctor, we get a new prescription every time. There might be some reports I have taken 2 months back, which are pretty active right now. Yet I go and take back, for I go to a doctor with blank face because I don't know what was written. So this is not just a reminder. This is also my own tech interface and repository to access it anywhere, anytime, without me losing it on, physical mode. So I believe this can be a one thing which we can leverage sufficiently.
And
Yes.
looking into this problem, right? Again, when it comes down to medications or anything to healthcare, the best market to look that for is the US federal market, right? Where the most of the money inflows or cash inflows happens in the US federal market. When you look into that, there is a lot of compliance approvals that you need to get into with regards to, you might read it when you get a lot deeper in HIPAA compliance, and there are multiple other compliances that you need to adhere to. So there is security around that. That is something that you might want to look into as well, about medical records being stored in your phone, at what levels of security should it be stored, and all of those things. I know this is with regards to just the AI thing that you're building, but just it's an added information that you might want to add. But you can look into the idea of how we are connecting there, rethink about that if you can. Like
Awesome.
currently,
Awesome.
because things
Yeah.
are solved in different way. Let's
Thank
move
you.
on.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Sibu. Thank you, Nishant. Abhijit, yeah,
Yes,
quickly to
thank
you.
you. Great work on the persona identification. I love the way you were able to present your story through with the personas and the problem statements. Accuracy is something Nishant spoke about already, right? There's one thing that I wanted to add to that, saying there's a reason why chemist is able to give you the right recommendations of the right medicines, because a chemist generally has access to two things. One is history of the doctor. The doctor generally recommends the same medicines for the set of customers, because the chemist is usually close by to the doctor. That is something you might not have access to with the current scale. Only if you have a large data set, only if you have a large samples in the past, you'll be able to do that. And the second is confirmation from the chemist. Is this the reason why you went to the doctor? Is something that the chemist asked. So great recommendation from Nishan there, asking for you to confirm, which will definitely help.
Yeah.
And I would also like to know, what do you think are the drawbacks currently, right? Have you identified any drawbacks? Have you identified any shortcomings? And where you went through this, right? What do you think are those?
Currently, we are obviously data. Data translation is obviously it's our USP and it's a drawback, because if it's not working, it's either one or zero. It's simple as that, right? And also the WhatsApp, where WhatsApp we wanted to be a main medium of interaction or asking any questions to get all details about it. If it We hope that the AI is able to communicate and translate well, because it's not just a 23-year-old techie from Bangalore, it's a 60-year-old female with arthritis or Alzheimer's or anything, right? So we have to really understand the user group properly, and blend the AI so that it interprets accurately, and the responses are very to the point. Second, obviously the market, if we like, what would be the right approach to enter into the market with this, because there, as Sibu said, right, there's multiple certifications and ISOs that we have to look into. So that is something for now. Yes, definitely.
Got it. And any thoughts on monetization? How would you like to monetize it? Is it from
Yeah.
people who utilize your platform? Is it through collaborations? Any
uh,
such thoughts?
for monetization, obviously this single-handedly, like for individuals, this can be one direct yeah, thank you, Ashmita. So for individuals, obviously this can be a one stop for solution for them. Second is be it through WhatsApp or anything. Second, we would like to in future have the potential, to blend in, like bring in apps like those pharmacy and everything, so that if the medication is over, where we store the medications as well, and it identifies that this medicine is going to be over in 2 days, you can get the option to directly place an order through pharmacy or whatever medicine ordering
Yeah.
apps you have. And yes, that these two are
Awesome.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
One
Thank you.
Just
Yeah.
to
small
add,
one
just to
small
add
thing
on
as
here,
well. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
one
please go
small
ahead, Abhijit. Go
one
ahead.
small
Yeah.
thing is that you've used MediVault and MediLocker interchangeably, so be careful.
Yeah.
No,
Go ahead.
that is
Sure.
our name has been Medilocker. This is not a
MediLocker. Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah, it's Mary Locker from the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for highlighting it, Abhijit. Just to add one more point, while we were presenting this to our mentors, we got one more point that we can add it to our future enhancement. Like we can get the confirmation from the users that they have already taken their medicines or not. We can provide the alerts, but we can take the confirmation from them that they have taken this. So we are acting as an AI, AI assistant or buddy of for medical purposes for a user. So we just want
Awesome.
to cover entire everything there.
Asmita, quick time
Yeah.
check. I think we've already
Yeah,
hit
sure,
12
sure.
p.m. mark. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
Sure.
Thank you for the
Sakshi, over
feedback.
to you.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
Great work.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
the panel
Thank you,
questions.
Abhijit. Thanks, Sibu. Thank you, Nishant.
Thanks, everyone.
So, okay, Sakshi, I think someone's asking in the chat how to enroll under the cohort as a candidate who's looking to upskill. So, I think, folks, before Sakshi takes over, we have three more presentations as well. And one of the product, I think all the products are super interesting. But one of the product is probably would be very dear to everyone, at least not the panelists, because they are at a hiring positions. So I would not spill all the beans. So Sakshi, over to you. Sakshi would now, panelists would take 5 to 6 minutes of time to share with the audience how all these cohort members have learned so much and how they have created multimodal agents and a lot of AI interactions and all. So Sakshi, over to you, and then we'll invite the next teams probably from 12:10 onwards. Yeah.
Sure. Awesome. All right, folks. So I will just briefly take a quick break and share a bit about our AI cohort that we have. Some of you are already cohort members. You can take a break and get back. But a lot of you have been asking questions in the chat itself, right, regarding how did they do this? How did they build so many amazing things? So just want to quickly give you a brief about the AI for PMs cohort that we have. Now, this cohort is specifically built for people who are already product managers who have been in the industry for quite some time. Everyone who is a part of the cohort, right, already have a lot of idea about product management. And the way we have built this cohort is that we want to focus on three major things. So one, how do you integrate AI in your existing products? Number two, how do you increase your overall productivity using these different sort of agents? And number three, how do you build things completely on your own, right? Which is what you're seeing now. The rest of the other things, that is what is covered in the cohort itself, right? So this is a cohort which is led completely by the experts that we have here. I'll share some glimpses of the experts as well. It is a 5 weeks cohort wherein we have sessions on Saturdays, Sundays, and some extra sessions on Wednesdays or Thursdays, depending upon how the cohort is. And additionally, you will do a final capstone project like this one, wherein you're building things completely from scratch. You're able to showcase things to so many different people. And towards the end, we also do a certification exam wherein you will get a proper certification from our end, which you can showcase in your network as well, right? Now, coming to what all things are covered, this is just a quick brief on the things that we cover week on week. You can go in depth and understand about what all do we teach on our website. So we cover fundamentals. How do you build AI first product strategy? How do you do prompt engineering, and not just simple advanced prompt engineering? How do you build product life cycles and workflows by integrating AI into it, and all the technical foundations that you need to know. So the cohort members who we have here, they are throwing off different technical terms which you might not be able to catch, but all of that is taught in the session. Arun, you can also share, right, that at what stage people do join the cohort and at what stage do they reach, right? So all the technical concepts, folks, I know that you might not be able to understand as of now, but it is taught as part of the cohort itself. Additionally, all the tools that you see that are used today, it's specifically N10 that has been used in a lot of products that we are showcasing, but we touch upon 20 plus tools. You do actual hands-on and work with these different tools as well, right? So, and today was just a glimpse of how you can utilize it and build things on your own. You can just browse through the main content that we're sharing, but I would recommend that you go through the exact details via the curriculum itself, right? So I'll quickly move forward. This is just a quick glimpse for you. These are the mentor panel that we have as well, who will teach you. Then these are some of our alumni. Abhishek is it's ISB, sorry, it's ISM written here. But we have people who are from very, very different backgrounds in terms of the kind of years of experience that they have as well, right? Now, like I was mentioning, this is specifically for PMs. We have already finished the enrollments for this particular cohort. We have just opened 4 seats. Akhil, you can correct me as well by checking with the tech as well, that we have opened 4 seats, which is something you can directly skip our waitlist and then get a part of it as well, right? So we generally have a huge waitlist, and right now as well, we have people in the waitlist. For cohort 3, just for people who are going to join the next cohort, right, wanted to share that we have VP of product at Citibank who is joining as part of the cohort, right? So that's the kind of network that you are around. So of course you learn AI, of course you build your own things, but also the kind of people that you're around matters a lot. You build products and you work together with so many amazing people here, right? So Akhil, and I will share details more about the cohort in the chat box, how you can pay directly and skip the wait list. It's there only for 4 seats. So folks, please make use of this opportunity. Otherwise, after 4 seats, you will go into the wait list, right? Akhil, if there's anything else that you might want to add, over to you.
No, I think we're quite good. I think we might have missed probably Sai Charan. So Sai is our recent induction to our instructor panelist, and he's the one. He's right now working in product at Google, and he has almost 15 years of experience. And he is in products, I think, since last 3 years. But before that, he was completely into data science and AI. So he has also written his own book on agentic AI, right? So the book name is Agentopedia. So he's coming with a vast I would say hands-on knowledge, and he's also shared a couple of cases wherein, let's say, the Google is trying to give demo to clients, right? And right now, what is happening in the industry, as in you get the feedback from the clients, you go to your team, and then it takes some kind of probably time duration to come back, right? But on calls only, you can use these tools wherein you can iterate over the feedback and showcase, okay, how your actual product would look like, right? So all the mentors are probably Arun is one of the mentor, and then we have Sai, we have Pamit. So all of these folks are building products in Google, Microsoft, and their respective companies, and then trying to share those learnings. And you can, of course, would be seeing what kind of work that they have built on, right? So as we said, like the overall cohort fee is 25,000, and we are right now running 20% discount for next 4 seats. So I'm sharing the payment link in the chat. Whoever wants to enroll, you can directly pay. If you go on the website and apply, I think we have I think wait list of 300 plus. And if you go via website, it would not allow you to directly pay because we only allow PMs to join. And since you guys have, spending Sunday morning with us and spending so much time, so we thought, let's open it up for you, right? So yeah, but beyond these 4 seats, you would not be able to kind of, take a direct enrollment, right? Yeah.
Couple of things from my side also. So first is I would like to welcome Pawan Gaonkar. He's the CEO PG Tech Labs Germany. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you and look at our work. It's just fantastic to have the German-based CEO being here to look at our work. Second is, I think I would like to answer Pranshu Srivastava and Dhanush Srivatsav. In general, there is a lot of, and there are dedicated 1 week of learning. You can check with cohort members, focus on responsible AI. All the questions on validations, testing these approvals. There are 6 segments of transparency check that we want to have our cohort members get certified on. So we give 3 certification, which is Google, Microsoft, and NVIDIA certification on responsible AI. We are not here to make products which don't adhere to those principles. We know the power of AI, and we also know the responsibility that comes with it. And you can see that one part of this is responsible AI as part of cohort learning. So agnostic of you join the course or not, I think Dhanush Srivatsav and Pranju Srivastav, your questions are fantastic. These are open certification. Please go ahead and do that on Google, Microsoft, and NVIDIA. And I would love anyone who's wanting to learn AI to at least do those certification. We'll put that in the chat for you, because we really love your questions. But of course, our cohort members are not doing this without knowing what the implications of those are. And again, thank you so much, Pawan Gaonkar, for taking time to join us today. Yeah.
Awesome. I
Awesome.
think Sakshi, the seats are filled. I think 3 seats are filled. So we can, but in the interest of time of the panelists and all the audience, we can go back to the presentations and yeah, let's carry on with the day.
Awesome. For the next team, I would like Arun, if you can share from your end, right, about this problem statement and the people who are sharing.
Yeah, so I know we have seen fantastic problem statements, right? So I did my workout today morning, then I had oats, so I had good meal. I would want to now have a burger. Ek burger to banta hai, right? We can have one burger since I had good workout and I also had a good oats meal, which was healthy. But how do I track it, right? And what can I eat in the evening once I eat the burger? What is my normal body count that I should maintain? And end of the day, as a person who I am, what should I be eating for tomorrow? Solving all of that is what we have next is NutriBuddy. Again, compliance, make live, go live, responsible AI is secondary part of it. But just for me to keep a track of everything that I'm eating and what should I be eating next is what the team is solving here. So I would like to invite NutriBuddy here. We have again PMs who are senior PM at Optron, Sankalp, Pratik, who is product manager at Trucks. Parag, thank you so much. He's been one of our mentors who has been at international audience. He's based out of Germany, but he made sure that he was attending these calls. So he is a product specialist and context AI. And then we have Sneha, who's also a product manager at Eaton. Thank you so much for putting the effort over the last 3 weeks as part of your cohort learning to build this NutriBuddy. We'd love to see it. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So keep the energy high. Sankalp, do you want to share your screen? Perfect. So thank you so much. This is Team NutriBuddy. We are developing AI-powered diet nutrition recommendation product. Before we go on, let's keep this more interactive session, right? And just want to give you a thought. This is our team: Sankalp, Sneha, Pratik, Parag, and I would also like to invite or also like to congratulate Sushil for being first mentor and the first team. So he's also been part of our team. He also put a lot of efforts with him and also challenged us a lot. So I would love to thank him as well. Let's get started. How many of you have really asked this question to your fellow friends? We are 90s kids. This was era of 2010. All of us have asked these questions to our friends, right? Give me a thumbs up whether you have asked these questions to your friends or not, right? क्या आपके टूथपेस्ट पे नमक है? That was era of 2010. Now we are in 2025. This is Gen Z's world. Are you asking the next questions to your friends? Uncle? Okay. क्या आपके खाने में nutrition है? Are you asking that to your friends? Do you know about that, right? After COVID, people are taking help of different tools, and people are also more curious about their health. This is your 2025 trend says people are really focusing at a lot. By the way, this image is also developed via AI. With Cohort, you can also learn that very well, but this just took me just one prompt to develop that, right? Okay. Let's go next. What problem we are trying to solve with NutriBuddy, right? I think you must have seen all of us are working. All of us, I think what Arun said, he want to eat burger. Arun, do you really know what is the nutrition of that burger? That's the problem, right? We want to solve the problem of lack of clarity on unpacked foods. In packed foods, you can also see the nutrition value behind. But what about uncracked foods? Do you really know what biryani you eat, how much oil they have used, what oil they have used? That's one problem. Second is dietary restrictions. Most of us, we are now into 40s and we have blood pressure, we have so many issues, we have diabetes, right? Do you know whether that burger really fits with our day-to-day work? Third is personalization gap, right? I really want to see myself to have a personalization plan for me, like what I should eat for the whole week, for the whole day. And last is labels. I think you must have seen Shark Tank, right? Where sharks are always asking what that label means, right? And how does it really affects to me as a person? So these are 4 problems we are trying to solve with NutriBuddy at this moment. What is the solution for this, right? Let's talk about some solution. So visual analysis, right? Being a user, what I have to do, I just have to take a photo of whatever I'm eating and upload it. That's it, right? So I just want to keep more lean UX so that make sure that user can actually start, just take a photo and upload it. What I will get, meal planning, and actually meal planning, which helps me to get healthier, smart alternatives like recommendation, what else I can need. And slowly we want to try this app integration with the food delivery apps like Zomato. In Germany we have Volt or Lieferando. We want to do that in the future as well. So this is our product. Now without further ado, Sankalp, do you want to take the demo with the team?
Yeah, sure. Hope I'm audible to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. And let me first quickly talk about the technology that we have used. So for the front end, we have used Lovable no-code tool, no-code, zero-code tool. And for the agentic AI workflow automation, we have used N8 in. And we have also used different kinds of RAG, which I'll be showing you. And also as a database, we have used Superbase to build our entire database. And also the most critical element of our workflow is the LLM models that we have used to do the image processing, and also to basically act as a computer, mini computer, to process all the information that we want to process, and the kind of output that we want to give to the end user. And for the knowledge base, we have used different sources across the world to try to so that we have more accurate results as much as possible. Now coming to the demo, so what we have done is this is the workflow. It is divided into two parts. So the primary use case that we are solving is so anyone anywhere at any time can upload an image and give some information about himself or herself related to age, gender, and any health issues, and so on and so forth. And based on that, what we are doing is we are basically processing the image using two different agents. Now the question would be, why two different agents? So we have borrowed the concept of the architecture that is followed in GAN, where there is a generator and a discriminator, which actually very validates the image, right? So not exactly the same, but in principle, we have used that concept to actually see if we are getting more accurate processing from the image processor. And in case it does not match, we are asking the user to help us identify the right image. So it helps removing any kinds of hallucination, because we are showing the processed image to both of them, and both of the processed image to the user, and the user can take a call like which one is more accurate. And then what we have done is, this is our the entire logic is sitting over here, where we have used AI agent to basically use a custom scoring model for our nutrition calculation, and finally generating recommendations and meal score, which is written over in this Google Doc. So we are using this as again a tool for our agent AI, and it's going to use that to generate the final output that I'm going to show now. So this is the primary use case. Also, it's going to detect the time at which the image was uploaded, and based on that, it will judge the meal, and it will the meal of the day. Like it could be, it will judge if it's a lunch, it's a breakfast, or it's a dinner, and based on that, it will also take some parameters to evaluate the final score. The second flow that we have, it is basically a daily report feature, where we have used the scheduler over here, which will run at end of the day every day, and it will fetch all the uploads that the user has done, and the process meal score, and generate a summary of how the day went in terms of the calorie consumption, what are the different nutrition and the values that the person has consumed, and also based on the personal information in terms of health condition, the allergies, what are the different health goals, it's going to recommend a meal plan for the next day. That's what we have tried to solve in this entire MVP, and Parag is going to walk us through on the roadmap. But let me start the demo over here. So here basically we are taking the email first because we want to, I mean, we have not used any authentication method. We just have used email ID as our identifier. And next step is basically filling up the details. And this detail should be asked only once if the new user is new. And for the returning user, we will just ask them to upload the image. Okay. It's a height, weight. These are required to calculate the BMR score, which is used in our overall meal score model. Again, based on the dietary preference, the recommendations will be made according to it. It's also considering the allergies and different health goals, any issues that the person might have. And yeah, before, because it's a demo, what we are going to do is we are going to just enable it for now. Otherwise, this entire workflow, once it goes live, it will it will be live on prod, and once we submit the form, it will automatically take all the inputs. Okay, so this is a photo of a chicken biryani that the person has consumed. So here we have kind of, because it's taking some time, obviously it's a MVP, we have not optimized the performance over here. So in order to keep the person engaged, we are showing different motivational quotes. Okay. So it got timed out because of the, anyways, we have an output generate ready. So basically it's still in a sandbox environment, and it might have timed out because of that. We can try it once more, but in order to save some time, I've just showed you a generated report. So basically, as you can see, it's basically calculating the score of that meal based on our custom scoring model, and it's telling the user if it's a good, bad, or it's a good, kind of meal that the person is consuming. And also, it is showing a optimal score for the meal depending on the ideal values. And then it's giving a breakdown of the nutrients that the food has with the actual values and the desired values that are necessary for that specific user depending on the health condition. Yeah. And again, it's also giving the reason exactly why certain parameters are high, certain parameters are low, and what should be the recommendation over here. Then we have added some kind of gamification techniques to actually, motivate the user that they can reach a higher score by adjusting their, food intake, which can reduce specific nutrients and thus improve the score overall. Next is the meal alternative meal suggestions, where it recommends some alternative meals for the same meal that the person is consuming, and it's also giving a link to the YouTube where all the videos related to the specific meal recipe videos can be shown. And at the end, we have used a meme representation of the workout that the person has to do to actually burn out the calories that the person has taken. This is again solving two purposes. One, it's motivating the user, also giving us some sense of guilt so that they avoid next time. And also, it helps saving the mental math that the person has to do in order to calculate, okay, I've eaten chicken biryani, how much time I have to run or cycle or do burpees. So that's the objective here. Now coming to the daily report. So what we have done is, it's a, like I've said, it's a scheduler. It will basically schedule report. It's going to process all the transactions, group them by the email ID, and then generate an overall summary, and it will send the report at the end of the day. So to show you, this is the report that is generated. Again, we are still working on the UI part of it, but it's going to tell you the today's entire meal summary, how much total calories you have consumed, fat, protein, carbs, and other micronutrients. Also give insights around, if it's a moderate, if your health considerations, depending on the health considerations, if it's a moderate rating score, it's a high rating score, healthier alternatives, and then the next day meal plan. So what you need to consume in the lunch, in the dinner, in the snacks, it's giving you that recommendation. And in future, we are also planning to integrate with different links, scrapping web. We are going to embed some links so that user can either go to the specific recipe of the meal, or they can also purchase items depending on the meal that has been recommended. And the last is basically recommendation around how they can improve their overall health. Yeah. So that's it. Any questions on the flow?
No, I think let's maybe show the roadmap, and then maybe we can opt for the questions.
Yeah.
Cool. So this is what you get, and maybe we also have our roadmap ready. So basically, if you see right now, we have meal analysis ready, daily report is ready, personal recommendations are ready. We want to go one step ahead, right? Health, like one question I've seen in the project, like the biryani can be making 600 calories and 350 calories as well. And that's exactly the next step we are going to take based on how a cook developed, I mean, how the cook this biryani. So we want to also integrate that as well. Second is like blood report. Like, it's not only about height, weight, and health issue, but also about blood report is also important. So that is something we also like to add. Grocery purchase link. We want to integrate with quick commerce to really see how can what is a personalized grocery look like for me, and personalized recipe as well. Currently, we have only focused about Indian market, but also European market is something that would be super interested in. Honestly, I have tested this product with one of the German restaurant, Italian restaurant. They liked it, and they also want to develop their menus based on that, right? So, for example, low calories pizza or high calories pizza based on that, right? Yesterday, I was in an event where 50 people also tested this product, and they were pretty awesome. They also liked it. When we say about monetization, honestly, we would like to go more of a B2B side and want to integrate this with food delivery apps and ready to use APIs. The companies can use it. And also the larger part is like we also want to simplify the food labels. Like if you see behind a biscuit or any other packed food, we also want to get into that. So that is our future plans. And I would like to thank you, everyone. And we are open for the questions now. Thank you.
Awesome. Finally, just a small request. Since we have two more teams, we might have to keep the questions a little short, if that's okay. Because the next project is going to be super interesting. It's going to help a lot of folks customize the resumes as per the probably 1,000 applications that we do for the jobs that we apply for, right? So we might have figured out a solution for it. So yeah, awesome. I think let's take quick questions. Let's start with Sibu.
Fine. So I might be the bad guy here. Okay, I'm just being the devil's advocate all the time. Be typical peer bro, right? Okay, so right now, for an AI perspective, it doesn't like. I just wanted to ask, what competitor analysis did we do? Did we do any competitor analysis here? And if we
Yes,
did,
we did.
how different is it from the Healthify Me app that is right now available?
Exactly. So we did this. I mean, we also did comparative analysis with Healthify, with CultFit, with MyFitnessPal, and also with the German one, which is Foodora, right? So we also done the comparative analysis as well. Well, with Healthify, at this moment, they are not showing labels, and also we are not showing labels at this moment as well. But that is also the feature. But most of the features are quite similar to what Healthify already has.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Got it. So I have questions, but I think I'll message you. There are a lot of questions that I have.
Sure.
Definitely.
And just a point to add. I mean, because there are a lot of B2C players, hence it's very tough to. It would be tough to penetrate the market. But that's why we are going a B2B route where we can be the player which can provide a white label solution and provide integrations with all the e-commerce and quick commerce and food delivery apps, so that they can use this ready to use tool and basically solve for a persona in their user segment who are more health oriented.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. Sankalp.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Just want to know what are the sources or what are the areas you're utilizing for this recommendations, right? Nutritional advice, etc. I mean, because that is probably the key in this scenario, right? Because it's like make and break for you. What are these key sources that you're utilizing today?
Correct. So the entire meal calculation model or the algo that we have built, it's custom made using references from different research papers as well as ICMR, and there are different journal of nutrition and metabolism. So we have used that as a reference, but definitely in order to make it a certified product, we'll have to take help from a expert and get it certified to make it like a very reliable product for everyone. Anyone can trust us.
Awesome. All right.
Got
All
it.
right. Nishant, over to you. Thanks, Abhijit. Thanks, Sibu. Yeah.
Yeah, I think again, in 3 weeks, getting this something like this together is a commendable job, especially if you don't have an engineering background, right? Like, so
Yeah.
kudos on that. Uh, I think not much of question. I mean, there's as I said, there's a lot of things that can need to be done, like they can be explored. I think I just wanted to kind of understand that uh, if you're considering the health aspect of this, right? And if let's say if you want to make a dent in the overall health and wellness space, of course, what you take inside, which is food, is one of the aspects. How are you thinking of overall user health? For example, someone might be consuming, let's say, 2,200 calories or 2,600 calories, or what other aspects in the future do you have in mind so that you are able to think holistically about improving this user's health? And how do you plan to sort of get them in one platform?
Right. So we want to keep as much personalized as we can. So for example, right, if my weight is now 80 and I want to do weight loss, right? So eventually, the AI agent will already give me a recommendation of 1,500 calories which I need to eat for the whole day, right? And it will also ask weekly reports as well, like what that person has eaten for a week and sort of plan for him for the next week. So I have used Twitter in the past, and I have seen they also provide a nutrition plan as well. So it's kind of similar line we want to go in the future.
Parag is anyway
Yeah.
looking already healthy,
So
so
Yeah,
Twitter
of
Twitter
course.
plan looked like worked.
yeah.
Looks like it
Uh,
worked for you.
two
Yeah.
more points to add. One is in terms of more personalization, we'll also are planning to take the blood reports that user might be taking on a regular basis, so that we know their blood parameters, and based on that the recommendations can be customized. Another point would be we are only considering the intake and their levels, but how they're actually the day how the activity on a daily basis looks like, that we are not capturing anywhere. So we will definitely think of integrating different fitness apps, I mean
Awesome.
some APIs from fitness apps
All
to power
right,
that.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, Sankalp. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry. Sorry for the time check. Right. So, guys, just one quick update. So, in this program, so far we have not added any job support, but because we wanted to build a community, and if 90% of the folks who are part of the community, as in who are learning, are PMs, then we felt like job support is not something which is required, because if you have the colleagues from different companies, if there are hirings going on, definitely that could be taken advantage of, or right. But I think we also have, I think, Rakesh and Pranshu here from Freecharge and Flipkart. Both of them showed interest. They'd be open to look at the profiles, right? So we might be considering if we can add a job support, but that's we're not committing yet, because how the AI PM hiring is going to happen in the next few months, it is yet to be unfolded, because it's not going to be on typical PM interview questions. It's going to be much more niche and all. So we're also creating program and plan for that, and working with product leaders. So yeah, just a quick update. And Sakshi, I think next over to you. I think Ashu and team. Yeah, the interesting project. Yeah.
Awesome. So folks, I think this one everyone will enjoy a lot and will wait as to when will we share this particular agent as well. So I believe that I mean, sometime in your life, right, you do keep on doing your job search, etc., and it's a complete hassle. People do keep saying that you build different resumes, find different people, message this, that. It's a lot of hassle, and everyone tries to do that, but a lot of people are not successful. This particular agent does everything for you. So your complete job search will get automated. So I'm very happy to have Ashu Mishra. He is senior PM at Medica Bazaar. Sumit, he was a PM at Shopsy and he's also an IIT Bombay alum. And then we have Shivam, who is a PM at Apna Mart. They will be presenting their LinkedIn job agent. Folks, if you are asking for access to this, we will first give access to this particular agent to our cohort members, and then we'll Akhil figure out how to give access to other people as well. But yes, over to you, Ashu and team.
Yeah, I think this is not an agent, this is a product. So just that small correction. Sorry, Sakshi. But yeah, I think yes, looks interesting. Ashu and team, over to you, and let's see what you folks have built here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Shivam, over to you.
Yeah, Ashu, can you please share the screen? And Sumit, you can start with the introduction.
Am I audible, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Good morning, like good evening, guys, or where are you in the world. Welcome. My name is Sumit, and I'm joined by my teammates Ashu and Shivam. And in the next few minutes, we will exactly explain the problem, why it matters, and how our solution makes a difference. Let's start with a quick question, guys. How many of you have ever applied for a jobs online? Give me a thumbs up. Almost everyone, right? I guess. Now comes the next question. Like, how many of you have spent hours tweaking your resume, writing cover letters, and never heard back? Also gives a thumbs up. I guess most of us have, right? It's frustrating, isn't it? Millions of job seekers like go through this inefficient, time-consuming loop every single day, which is simply unfair. And here is the harsh reality of today's job market. Over 200 plus 50 applicants compete for a single role, and 90% of resume never reach a human eye. Job seekers spend 10 plus hours a week. Now comes the question, what if there is a better way? What if finding your next job could be very simple? Now imagine this. Instead of spending hours of day applying, you wake up and check your mail and see that what personalized, well-crafted applications have been already sent out for you. And no more blind submission you have to do. No more wasted time. Just targeted, effective application done in minutes. That's exactly we have built AI job application assistant. And now I would like to invite Shivam to show you how it works.
Thank you, Shumit, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Good afternoon. So I would just give an overview. This is the orchestration layer which we have built in an agent to automate the whole process. So as you already know, who is the target user? He is a job applicant who spends hours of time applying for job. So what we are basically doing is we are collecting the job requirement from the user, basically job title, the location where he wants to work in. We want to take his resume, just want to have the information about him so that we can tailor made it for him or her, and the number of job applications he would like for us to apply for him. So what we are doing is, once we have collected the information from Ashu, you can zoom in. Yeah. Once we have collected the information from the applicant, we save their resume in our drive, basically. Then we use the job scraper to fetch the data details of the jobs according to the data provided by the applicant. Basically, the job title, the location where the candidate wants to work in. Now, we have given this request to our AI scraper, job scraper. It will take time trying to fetch the data. Once it has generated the data by scraping through the LinkedIn, we will fetch that data set and store it in our database. It takes about a minute to scrape data. As you can see, there are previous job openings over there, which have been scraped from our previous runs. You can see the job title is product manager. We have the job URL from the LinkedIn. We have the company name, company URL. We have the location. We have the job description. And we also have, if you can see that if it is available in the job posting, the job posted by and their LinkedIn profile. So there may be a case that we don't have the job posted by person, or we don't have their LinkedIn profile. So here comes our decision node. If we are able to identify the person who has posted the job, we will try to find out their email and create a draft for you. I will speak about the second node, lower node, afterwards. Let's just go into detail. If we have found the job poster, so what we are doing is we are splitting the job poster name to do an efficient search efficient search of the job poster email ID. We are using the first name, last name, and the domain name of the company to find the job email ID of the job poster. Once we have found the email ID of the job poster, what we are doing is we are extracting text from the resume. Why was it necessary? Because LLMs don't parse PDF at the moment and are inefficient. It takes a lot of time. So what we are doing is we are extracting text from the uploaded resume. Once we have extracted text from the resume, we send it to a resume and cover letter customization agent. So what we have done is we have made a customized prompt, which we have learned customized prompt using frameworks which we have learned during our workshops and our classes. The prompts clearly defined the task at hand. Basically, I used different kinds of criteria to make a modern resume. Just naming a few, basically it should be ATS friendly. It should be modern, single column, one page. It should be grammatical error free. It should be pertaining to the job description. So it was a very detailed prompt explaining the task to the LLM. Then we set the context for the LLM that I'm applying the job for this title and for this company. Then I gave a sample example to the LLM that this is the type of resume I want you to create. Then I have defined the persona, that LLM, that you are an expert resume writer who has written thousands of resume across different job roles. Then I have explained about the format which we want, that is a ready to read HTML format, and then the tone of the tone of the output which we want, that it should be concise, it should be professional. Moving on, once I have made the customized prompt, we convert the file to convert the HTML to file, and do the same thing for cover letter creation. Once both the processes have been done, we can see for cover letter as just wanted to call out, during cover letter we have kept the temperature, basically the creativity of the LLM high. We have given them a bit more of a freehand, but in resume we want it to be the temperature is zero, so we don't want it to be creative, and we want it to be basis on the input provided by the applicant. So Ashu, can you just move once we have found the email ID and customize the cover letter and resume, we wanted to have a human in the loop, so we create a draft for the cover letter and resume in your email. Ashu, can you just show? So here's the magic. Ashu, can you refresh? So yeah, this is 12:43, and at the time of 2 minutes that we took to explain you the product, we got around 2 jobs where we were able to identify the job poster. Ashu, can you open the job URL? So here's the job URL by Is My Trip product manager, and as you can see that there's the hiring team available over here, Rikant Pitti. So we found the email ID of Rikant Pitti, and it is available in your draft. Just to look over, confirm that everything is on point. Ashu, just you can see the cover letter has been customized for 40% reduction in transaction failures according to the job description, to highlight the keywords and skills necessary for that specific job. Below is also the resume of the candidate. Now all you have to do is just give a quick cursory look and click the send button. You can see the email ID of the job poster already there in the two column, rikant.pitti@ismytrip.com. Okay. So now let's go to the fallback mechanism. That is, what if we don't find the email ID of the poster? What if the job poster is not available in the LinkedIn? So what we do the same thing. We are doing the same thing. We are parsing the resume to the text, sending it to the cover letter generator and the resume generator. I think it's going to take a few minutes, probably.
No,
But
it's
yeah, so uh, if we don't have a job poster ID, and if we are not able to find the email ID of the job poster, we'll just send the email to your inbox, and you can try manually searching for the job poster, and if you are able to get the contact of the job poster. So you can see one email is already there. Ashu, just can you uh, click on the job URL? As you can see, there is no job poster details available over here. If it is available, but you can see Indupi is available, but our scraper wasn't able to find the email ID of this hiring agent. That's why we went to the fallback mechanism. So yeah, Ashu, let's go back over to the email. So you can see the cover letter has been customized according to the job description, and you can see the resume. Ashu, can you just keep scroll down? Ashu, can you show the previous resume which was uploaded by our candidate Priya Sharma? So this was the resume uploaded by Priya. You can see that it contains multiple lines, difficult to read, and not very ATS friendly. So what we did was we used RAC format, result action contest for context format, to define the work experience. We bolded and highlighted the metrics that has been achieved in the work experience, and formatted the resume in a easy to read one page form. So the ATS score will definitely go up. This resume is grammar error, grammatical errors free, and according to tailor-made for the job description. So thank you, Sumit. Over to you to take it from here. Yeah.
So yeah. So I will give you the recap of things. Like first of all, like you will fill out a quick form. Then our AI scraper will scrapes the job listing from LinkedIn. It customizes your resume and cover letter. It finds recruiter emails, and you will get a draft in your mail fully prepared. And all you have to do is review and hit send. Now comes to the impact part. Guys, the difference here is night and day. Before we are having 10 plus hours a week spent applying. Now every AI does this in minutes, while you can prepare for the most important part, that is interviews. Now before generic resumes that doesn't stand out in the recruitment. Now every resume and cover letter is personalized. Before we don't have any recruiter contact, right? Which leads to no responses. Now direct outreach can lead to higher response rate and more job offers. Now comes the part of roadmap. Right now, we are guys, we are not stopping here. We have got big plans for the future. We'll add more job platforms like for Indeed, Glassdoor, and many more job sites. We'll have AI smart follow-ups. Then we'll add some smart job filters like remote, on-site, part-time. Then we will have some premium plans as well for bulk applications and priority email finder. Next part is about the monetization part. Right now we are on the trial model, which has the white labeling with users API keys. We will expand it to premium and subscription model. So guys, what does this mean for you? It means faster results. It means smarter job applications, and this is your chance to stand out in the crowded market. With AI job powered assistant, you are not just skipping ahead; you are staying ahead. The real question is, are you ready to embrace this? So what are you waiting for? This is your moment.
Awesome.
This is your tool, and this is your opportunity. Thanks for listening to us, guys. I would like to thank Arun, Pamit, Akhil, and all the mentors, Sushmit, Sushil, Chaitanya, for their support. With now, we are open to questions, guys.
Awesome. Sumit looks like an investor pitch than a capstone project. And parallelly, I was also looking for Rikant, if he has also joined. So
Yeah.
at least in the demo, you would be receiving the mails for you applying. Awesome. I think fantastic work, team. And folks, Ashu also haven't spoken. I'm not sure why, but Ashu also has put in good effort along with the team. So I think let's start with the panelist questions. Nishant, over to you, and then we'll go to Sibu and then Abhijit.
Yeah, I think you guys should pitch this to LinkedIn. I think this is a great idea.
Exactly this. I
So
just typed something and I just left it like this is one of the best presentations I had today. I have no questions, man. I'm just skipping it. I'll talk to you guys separately, but this is very good. The
Thanks.
impact slide, the recap, perfect. As
yeah,
in exactly the slide I would want to. And like Dishan, go ahead with the question. I just couldn't stop myself from appreciating this
In
so
no, no,
much.
I think
in
I
fact,
also
yeah,
concur
we
with
yeah,
thoughts.
Nishant, just to add one point, sorry to interrupt. We've also
Yeah,
showed
yeah.
this to our cohort members, and we have almost 600 plus community, and all of them just loved it, right? So we are putting some additional effort to see if we can make it live on our website. So at least for some of the folks, we can give it till a trial period. Looks like an interesting journey. Yeah, Nishant, please go ahead. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing I was thinking, and all of us have been through these job applications, and sometimes when we are, more desperate, we do a lot of spamming, right? And that never works. So, from a user point of view, you want to apply to as many jobs as possible. But think of it from a recruiter standpoint. Anyways, they have so many job applications, and now with AI coming in, that volume of application might just increase massively. And I think there is a recruiter fatigue which might come in, right? Like no one reads these emails, like very few people read this. Like being on recruiting teams, and like I know that like not a lot of people read these long emails. So how would you think about, or what are your thoughts on how you want to reduce recruiter fatigue? I think you mentioned that in the future you want to go ahead and use more and more tools, because emails, unless it's very very personalized, people don't read. Recruiters, so they don't read it at all, or it's very less. Sometimes leaders still read it. They use a lot of tools which they are using, like Greenhouse and all those tools. And in emails also, how can you make it more, I would say, more smaller, so that there's lesser recruiter fatigue? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Nishant. So thank you, Nishant, and thank you, Sibu, for the appreciation. Really means a lot for our team. So what we have done in cover letter, and the philosophy behind creating that cover letter is contextual articulation of resume that we have with respect to the job description, right? So that is the whole motive. Plus the second thing that we talked about, we have conscribed our cover letter to 400 words, and there is this is the specific explicit prompt written in that node itself.
I
Yeah, I
think
think what I would say
Nishant.
is that you could like how you have in Chat GPT, right? You have like 4 or 5 variants: compact, expanded, and all that, right? You could actually think of like sometimes a very small compact 2 or 3 lines, because anyways the resume is there. So the value that the resume, anyway, someone will look at the resume, they will open and they will see all of it. So and the user could experiment with it, right? Like if he's seeing good results with an expanded email, so maybe it's good. But a compact 2 line, which immediately catches the attention. Even the subject line also, for example, is very important in emails, which catches the attention of the person, and then they can just quickly scan through the resume. That is something that you could experiment with.
Very,
Yeah,
very,
I
very.
concur with Nishant. Actually, that is what exactly he was telling. Like, click-through rate is what he's looking at. How many times do they open that email? For to open that
Yes.
email, the context is very small, and everything has to be frozen into that specific context so that the recruiter is enticed to go and click on it. So you have to look at that kind of when you come to impactor. This is what I was about to ask. Like when you are measuring an impact, the conversions will go much detail into those specific things where how many times have they opened it, not just about conversions, but maybe we can refine
Very,
that further. But
very
ultimate for a
interesting.
first time things.
Very interesting, Sibu and Nishant. But that's anyway MVP, right? So would you still invest in
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
The team would definitely improve it, but would you guys
This
go
is
ahead and
good, man.
try it?
This was one of the best. I'm telling you, like I'm being honest,
Investment
Lovely.
for
one of
sure.
the best things that I've seen.
Right.
Awesome. Awesome.
Right.
There's that meme,
Looks
not
like
take my money off.
Yeah.
So the same feedback was given to us during yesterday's dry run by one of the SVPs, who's also our mentor, Pramit. He said that sometimes there is also a word count that recruiters say that apply within 200 words or write about yourself in 400 words, right? So that also should be taken into consideration and write precisely what you want to apply for.
Right, right. You built a big arsenal for somebody who's an applicant, right? You've given him all the tools possible for him to be able to apply. But also think on the recruiter side, saying that with the context that you have about the user, something like a verified experience that this person has in this domain basis the projects that he has listed could be something that you can aid the recruiter to read more, right? You can still say that this is like certified by your agent to give a little bit more confidence to the recruiter as well, that hey, this is not completely, it's not only age and it's not only catering to that, there's also some verification that you're doing on the user end. To strike some right balance could be one of the ways to think about it. But great presentation, guys, great presentation, great idea, and definitely skews the market a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhijit. Thanks, team. I think Ashu,
Thanks.
Sumit, and Shivam, I think wonderful work. Sakshi, over to you. I think we have folks, thanks for staying us for almost 2 hours. We have one more presentation. And but before that, yeah, Sakshi again want to steal a minute. So yeah, over to you.
Awesome. Yeah, I was waiting for people to see this project because, the kind of work that people have done. And a lot of times, I keep sharing with Akhil and Arun as well that people keep asking कि क्या ही करेंगे इस course के बाद, what will finally happen, right? This is where you reach. This is finally what you learn and the outcome that is there, right? Just 5 weeks back, I think none of the cohort members that we have here were completely into AI, were building things on their own. But now they know completely about AI. They are building things end to end on their own as well. And finally, you see that, the kind of products that you build, it's actually something that you will use, right? It's not something random or not something that is completely theoretical as well, right? Folks, I will share the details. On the chat again regarding the payment. We have opened 2 more seats. There are a lot of DMs. I have replied to some DMs that were, shared with me. But folks, there are just 2 more seats. And after that, the next cohort we will release when it will begin. But again, it will be completely waitlist wise, right? So it is quite difficult to get into the cohort. And like I mentioned, the kind of people that you get to be around is to a different level. Everyone that you saw here as well presenting, right? They already know a lot about product management. So you don't just do the basics, you actually get to building stuff on your own, right? So thanks, Akhil, for sharing all the details here. I will move on to the next team. This is the last team, and again, this is again a very interesting project that we have here. Okay, I think Siddhant is already sharing his screen. So a lot of you have been here, might have been hearing the news, right? That there is Asmita Patel who did a scam for 146 crore. Then there is Akshat Srivastav, who said that HDFC stock, he gave the recommendation that did go wrong. But there's so much information out there on money control, on different types of influencers that are there, right? You don't know what to check what is correct or not. And for tackling that, for ensuring how can you maybe possibly make a right decision, we have a fact checker here. So over to you, Siddhant and team.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much. Hi everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are at. Let me quickly get started. I hope my presentation is still visible.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, let me start off. 100% guaranteed returns from crypto schemes, SEBI approved stocks, picks revealed, double your investment within 1 month. Government endorses secret high profit trading methods. Zero risk strategy for daily profits unveiled. Make 1 lakh monthly without any effort. Top stocks that will never fail revealed. Asmita Patel, Ravindra Balubharti, Nasiruddin Ansari, Bap of Charts, Mukesh Jha, Prophet Guruji, Ankur Wariko. These are some of the headlines, news, people, YouTubers, finfluencers, very famous people on Instagram that you might have heard about who are actually doing really well for themselves. But the only problem here is that did you know that almost 98% of the claims made by these people are not true completely? Yeah, you heard that right. As per a recent study by SEBI and the CFA Institute, only 2%, I believe, of these people or finfluencers, as we call them, are actually valid and have given stable and validated claims. That's exactly what we're here to present to you guys today. FinCheck, an AI-powered financial content credibility checker that checks the financial content credibility of anything that is posted online. Specifically, we've chosen YouTube as an example because that is where the most of educational content, especially related to finance, is. And the reason why we've picked finance is because one, it is close to our hearts, and the second one, because it has the max number of false claims made in the industry and that is followed by economics or something, I'm not sure, but yeah, finance was at the top, and that's why we've gone ahead with this. um, to set a context, I Karishma will be showing you the demo of how the tool works, what exactly is being done, and then followed by Akshay, who will be taking you through the business use cases and the way forward. Over to you, Karishma.
Hi everyone. Am I audible enough?
Yeah.
Just sharing my screen. Yes, is my screen sharing visible to you all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So, hi everyone, thanks. And thanks, Siddhant, for setting up the right context for the problem statement we are trying to solve. As we all know, YouTube is flooded with financial advices. So, just with the interest of time, I will be giving a quick demo about a tool. So, basically, it's a very simple interface where anybody who wants to do some fact checking claims or the financial advices a fin influencer is posting on a video, they just need to add one simple URL and their email address, and the credibility report will be generated within few minutes and will be sent to the email inbox right away. Let's see, I take one sample of a video. It's a 5-minute finance. She is having 126K subscribers. Let's see, let's enter this video in our tool. Send. Though the execution will take some minutes to process, hence, in with the interest of the time, we already have a report generated for this video. I will be giving a quick brief how this report looks for this all these financial claim breakdowns, and then we can go step by step how this tool agent works behind the process. So this is the report which got generated for this video. If just to give you a quick check that we have checked HDFC Midcap Fund. It goes through a claim by claim breakdown of what are the claims, exact financial claims a person or an influencer is making. It checks the reliable sources from the internet, and based on that evidence only it assigns a credibility score. So let's see, there are certain claims which are actually getting supported in the video, like over the last year HDFC Midcap opportunities. But however, if you notice, there are certain claims which are contradicted from the evidence and the sources we provide. But what powers this seamless experience? Let's go to a step-by-step workflow how this agent comes into action. This entire tool is based on anything agentic platform, which utilizes the power of research LLM models and rely to check the reliability of the sources. We are using Google search or YouTube transcript generation because we wanted to do a fact checking on the raw content to improve the efficiency of a tool. Hence, any YouTube video, once it enters, it will extract the raw content from the script. If you see, this is already a script which we have already pre-generated one URL, and the raw transcript is generated for fact check analysis. Then our main agent, claim identification agent, comes in, where it actually checks using the power of LLM models and NLP techniques to extract key financial claims. It reduces, eliminates irrelevant information, subjective statement, and focus on key financial claim which needs to be go for further processing. Also, one of the important points here, it will only pass the financial claim to be further processed for downstream analysis for perfect efficiency. Let's see if you enter any educational video. There are no financial claims present in the video. And it will stop the agent computation at there only. After we are able to extract the key financial claims which we need to go and fact check, it converts to a fact check question to feed to a search results API to get and grab the relevant sources on which our process and verification of fact checking for these claims should work. Once these sources are aggregated, it goes to a second agent, fact credibility score analysis. What this agent does, Since we are dealing with fact checking, we have made our agent smart that it should not hallucinate results. It should focus only on the verified evidences which we have feed to this to check the reliability of the claim. Once the reliability is checked, it generates a proper credibility report format, and the email is sent in a proper claim by claim breakdown to get delivered to the end user. One of the main so that our agent is doing a dedicated task, reducing efficiency, improving efficiency. Sorry, my bad. It improves efficiency. It reduces the chances of error because each agent is specifying to do one specific task, not combining two things together. So this is how we can empower end users, retail investors, or anybody. If you're a finance enthusiast also, you can have the power to question the financial narratives stored in these videos rather than just focusing on hype. So that was a quick presentation and the demo. I would just grab it over to Akshan to go to the MVP and then we go to the use cases and the business model, and then we can go for questions.
All right, thanks, Karishma and Siddharth. So our my initial pain point was I have been into content creation for quite some time, and I write on Substack, and I also access all these specific YouTube and other video platforms where they talk about fire and other financial independence related topics. And most of the times when I come across most of the stuff there, it's like stuff that we already know and are usually a bunch of Barnum statements that have practically no credibility attested to them. So, and we realize that this was not a credible content only after watching it. So, do I really want to put my time on this content creators video or not? That was my primary question that triggered me to collaborate on this idea with my team here. And um, the one way that I was already trying to do it was 6 months ago. I was trying to scrape YouTube data, and I was also leveraging AI locally and on Gemini to come up with transcripts. But that had to be that had to be something dedicated because not everybody is capable of carrying over this grunt work. So the first use case that I would like to highlight is maybe we could propose something to YouTube for them to come up with a credibility score or a credibility index for creators, for content creators to for content consumers to understand whether should I put my time into this creator or his video or not. That is one, which is something that we already discussed yesterday. But talking about the business value proposition here, this has both B2B and B2C realizations in value. So for somebody who's trying to understand market research from a retail investor's perspective, I get better insights into who I can follow, who I can not follow, and that thereby it influences better decision making. Of course, this is not going to be where I make a decision to invest. I'm not going to watch Akshat Srivastava and decide that I'm going to invest in a stock or not, but he plays a key role because he consumes my time in my entire research process, which also includes me going to screener and other sources, and in some cases going to the DRHP of any IPOs. But it restricts the time that a retail investor puts into it. But the main use case, the biggest sweet on the thali, in my opinion, is for B2B institutions to understand what is being spoken about them in the market, because we don't want institutions to become accountable for something someone said and money got invested into them for the wrong reason, and the entire mal perception that it can lead to for the company and the brand name. This is something they need to really know on what is being spoken about them and who is saying that. That is one. And then coming to institutes like governance institutes like RBI and others, they can come across creators who are spreading malinformation at a very, very early stage here. Because we'd have our part as part of our roadmap, we also have a vision to come up with a charter of who says what. Imagine Robert Kiyosaki and Sharon Hegde collaborating together and giving financial advice for someone, and it goes unnoticed because Robert is somebody who's super famous for his personal brand and for his books, and he pretty much escapes every governance institution's eyesight because of his personal brand. So all institutes like the government where they don't have dedicated teams to watch creators on a day-to-day basis, this becomes an easier dashboard or a means for them to understand who is saying what and thereby take action accordingly, or maybe create a watch list to ensure that they keep things in check at a very early stage rather than it ending up as a diabolical mess of 120 crores, like how the Patel lady did recently. I don't know her first name, I'm sorry. So that's why I use the second name. So that's about it, dears.
Awesome, amazing work, team. I think this should be helpful to a lot of people as well, right? So we'll quickly take feedback from the panelists. Abhijit, would you want to go first?
Hey, thank you. Great idea. I think you've also accepted that it is not something that you're going to monetize with somebody who sells these financial products, right? That's not going to be something you're going to do.
Correct.
But you have to prove a lot of metal in saying your credibility is worth waiting for, and your credibility is something that everybody looks forward to achieving, right? It's not going to be something that you'll not end up giving recommendations for sure. That's never on your roadmap. Is something that is very clear and uh, uh, I would say worth appreciating. Uh, so your sources, right? You mentioned your sources are these government agencies, SEBI, and so on, right? And how frequent are the updates there? I mean, because these recommendations and these videos are very real time in nature. Are these sources quite updated for you? Are these sources having the right information for you today?
Uh, yeah, go ahead, Siddhant. You were going to say something.
Yeah. So right now, since we've just built the prototype MVP, we've just taken a few sources as well as whatever Karishma's done. But SEBI has its own API. So so when we are scaling this, when we are actually planning to go forward, we'll be using SEBI's API as well as CFA Institute's API, and that will integrate into this to get real-time updates. And whenever that is refreshed, we'll also be refreshing our tool.
To add to that, Abhijit, see, the way forward, we'll have to come up with our own, database where we are, without anyone asking us, we want to build our own repo of content transcripts and their, credit.
I think, yeah, we lost.
We lost Akshan, yeah.
So I can just add over on that point. I agree the sources will play a very bigger picture on our credibility, and this is where we have to work forward. And adding a higher level layer of getting all the credible financial sources. Now we are just relying on a very high level sources of Google search result. Then we would be planning to expand to financial APIs like Yahoo Finance to fetch the real-time stock analysis, building a RAG pipeline. Honestly, that's our plan to move because of how much sources and how much content source we build our real time, that will add more and more layer of credibility to our verification process. Since this was just a very MVP approach we were taking, but honestly, this is in our plan because sources will play that differentiator of our credibility, and that's in our plan. In this way, we want to move forward.
And the source will have to go as micro to the level that we go get annual reports on a year-on-year basis for companies, and we go get the market analysis report from World Economic Forum or any other company that would want to monetize their content here by establishing themselves as a source, thereby the common people who are not able to afford $3,000 for a research paper, they still be able to benefit from the research that is found in it. So this is in a very very rudimentary stage right now, because for YouTube it will take hardly like half a day or one day for them to implement something like this, especially with the current productivity capabilities in development. But when it comes to the larger product that we are actually trying to build as a platform, it has great use cases for research work utilization and democratization of such work as a source for verifications of content that people are coming across.
Great, thank you. Thanks, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Abhijit.
Nishant?
Yeah. No, I think again, great work, folks. I think the only thing that was coming to my mind as you were saying this, and I think the problem statement is very real. What I would do as an end user always, right, if I want to quickly fact check, is I would just go on Like I would just copy the URL, put it on Google or put it on Perplexity or ChatGPT, and it will generate the same report, right?
Absolutely,
Will
absolutely.
be able to get their level of distribution. So and I've been also thinking about how some other platforms like Twitter, for example, solves this very well with community nodes, right? So my question is more around like how do you think you can what all things that you like to build which would allow at least users to have some sort of differentiation other than a regular just like this is the URL, get me the list of details about it, which you will never be able to win against the AI platforms that are there in the marketplace.
See, when it comes to URL, we say URL right now because it is YouTube and we need to use the URL to leverage the transcript. But
Even
it
if
can
it's
be
even if it's a tweet URL or even if it's something, right? Like you can just put it on ChatGPT or Perplexity and you will get the same report.
But
So
ChatGPT or Perplexity, okay, yeah, Perplexity I understand because it is going to amass URLs from the Google from internet and give us a report. Yes, that's a good point. I'll take it as a feedback here, Nishant, and see what will be our niche that we'll be able to carve around that. I'm really not able to think of anything right now. But yes, Perplexity comes out as a competitor then to us, and we need to include that in the list of that. Yes.
got it. I mean, I was just thinking that one way in which this could be solved better, and it's very early stage. Like how Reddit does this, right? Is that Reddit there is the whole discussion aspect of this is also very engaging, right? Uh,
Hmm.
and the whole like if there's an aspect where like right now, for example, YouTube does not have community notes, but if you can
Mhm.
just build a layer of engagement where different people can also add different views on this apart from all the other aspects that you talked about earlier in your report, earlier in your presentation, I think that could be something that could possibly be explored. But
Right.
yeah, good job overall.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nishant.
Interesting. Sibu, anything from your end? Can't see him. Cool. I think we might have lost him in between.
He had.
Awesome. Yeah. Great, folks. I think each team has put in so much of efforts, and we loved all the solutions that were showcased today. We will also be sharing the results by the end of this. We'll take a quick 5-minute break. I will be assigning the panelists to a different room so that you can discuss the scores, etc. And after 5 minutes, I think Akhil, Arun, you all can be back with the panelists with the score. Till then, I will take all the questions and queries that are there. We also have the teams here. So if you have any questions and queries for the teams, this will be an open forum for all of you to ask your questions as well. Please put it in the chat or raise your hand so that I can, understand your
Sakshi,
question.
Sakshi, for some reason, I think unable to create the breakout rooms.
Yeah, I can add you. I will add you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, sure.
Others who have any questions who want to get anything clarified, you can put your questions in the chat. We are trying to answer your question as much as we can in the chat. And if there are anything that you generally want to check in, feel free to raise your hands and we can take it.
So I don't have any question, but I think I want to share my feedback regarding product space. So I think for the next cohort, one feedback I have, guys, please do assignments pretty seriously, right? I think honestly, I have seen people who, if you ask us like GPT, we just knew about transformers, right? Now what we know is like everything of everything. And honestly, now, especially these Thursday sessions, which we do midweek, we learn a lot, and now it became an habit to start reading, engaging yourself as well, and try to be involved in as much discussion as you can. So all these products, to be honest, it took us 2 weeks to really get there. Sushil, Arun, Sushmit, everybody is there. Just one WhatsApp away. Just be with them. Just talk with them. If you have any questions, I think everybody is being super engaging. I think it's been 6:30 a.m. when I start my day today, and almost every day, every weekend. But this is super exciting, to be honest. So
We
be
also got to
involved,
learn.
ask so many questions, and I think I would say, I think it's a great journey, to be honest.
And if you are an already existing user of AI, I'll tell you what you have been prompting probably was just prompt writing, prompt engineering. क्यों होता है? Why is it called prompt engineering? उसका funda was clear only through Arun's first session. and then Pomit's great
Agree.
session on prompt engineering itself. Um, to get the best output out of a statistical mission, you need to give it the best rounded tokens, list of tokens, or what is known as a prompt. And it is like hitting a Pandora's box with crowbar to ensure we only get the gold. That was a great learning and takeaway for me. I still am yet to scale into the GAN areas, Arun, very frankly speaking, but yeah,
Same here.
yeah.
No, thank you so much for your kind words, all of you. You have been fantastic. I think when we start off the cohort, there is a lot of fear of how will I get through AI. But those of you who have presented today, you have come across with that journey with us, and we have learned a lot of things because this space is evolving so fast. Every day you'll come up with a deep seek, and you'll be like, "Hey, I want to know what it is doing now new, right?" So thank you for being curious. Thank you for being interested in building these hands-on tools and saying that, okay, I just don't want to talk AI, I also want to build it hands-on.
Yes. Awesome, Arun. I think the final outcome has been amazing. At least I was also seeing some of the projects for the first time, so would love to get hands-on on everything. I want to use every product that we see out here, and I have been getting a lot of DMs as well. Ki, how can we get access? Can you please share it? So we have to figure out if we can give access and how do we do that as well, right? Folks, any further questions, queries, please put it in the chat while our panelists are discussing the final scores as well. Any
Yeah, so
questions regarding the tools as well?
I'm just answering Tej's question. These assignments that our cohort attendees have prepared, these are ideas of themselves. So they, of course, when they joined us, and this is a course for people who are already PM, so they are already solving problems and they know how to. All of them had fantastic product sense. That is not what we taught them. We just told them, hey, we are enabling with you certain tools, certain LLM, certain prompt engineering techniques. What is the problem that you would want to go and solve? And they themselves came up with MediLocker, resume screener. The first cohort we had did create an agent to do interviews, right? As a candidate who's appearing for PM, they created Preply and you could interview with that agent. This cohort we had Ashu and his team who went step ahead and say, okay, let the agent also do application part of me. Akshay himself being a content creator, knowing that, hey, what are the problems when creating consuming this content, especially when you bring in an international brand like the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? You can just manipulate Indian audiences. This comes with a very deep sense of pain point that these people themselves feel, and that's why they came up and designed these. And in cohort 1 there were linear agents. There were just one line of agents that people had created. In cohort 2 what we have seen is they have explored multiple workflows, and these workflows are very complex. You tried setting up a net, and in the first go you will realize how deep they are. That's why conversations of late night, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, they have invested that effort, and that's why they are here presenting it in front of you. Yeah, thank you so much for being such amazing learners. It takes a lot to consume this at the speed that you have. When we were consuming it for the first time, we know how much effort it takes to read those research papers, do notebook LLM, come every week, sit in the class, discuss, stay relevant. But I'm hopeful that now that you go out, you'll be more confident than the average PM Janta.
Yes. Awesome. Amazing folks. I think a lot of you are trying to. Okay, these are cohort members who are sharing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashu, as well. Great work. Awesome. Arun, if we can share a bit about the technical topics as well that we pick up during the cohort, because at least on DMs, people have shared that is it only the agent building part, or what are the technical concepts also that they learn as a PM if they want to build, say, AI products in their companies as well?
Yeah, so the part where this is getting interesting is we are chasing this domain and this domain is just running out of hand. What is happening is in 2020, end of 2022, it was about understanding LLMs and mini LLMs. 2023 was all about prompt engineering, the first part of it. The second part of 2023 was all about agent and agentic workflows. Prompt engineering was out of window. This year, when we started in Jan 2025, it was all about deep research and operators that OpenAI came out with, right? In the next 2 months, there might be something very different. Like I'm proud Microsoft is leading this. Satya Nadella comes out and say, hey, SaaS is dead. and you have to create your own workflows orchestration, and we'll start learning something new. So what we are trying to do is we are touching base from a concept perspective of what was neural networks, what was machine learning, what was deep learning, and then why all of a sudden in 2022 world went under this massive change, right? That we had to all learn about transformers, LLM architectures. In 2023, why was it all about prompt engineering? What is prompt engineering? Now that's again gone out of window, and agents. So we have someone who has written the book Agentopedia who's coming in and teaching agents. We don't know
Yeah,
by the
right.
time we finish our next cohort what will be the new technology that we'll need to teach. And it's because of the students that we are also able to stay up a beat and teach the latest stuff to them. So yeah, it's an evolving space, but at a high level, we cover these four parts: neural networks, machine learning, deep learning. Second part is prompt engineering and foundations of that. Third is agentic and agentic workflows. And fourth is, of course, responsible AI, which is, I think, the most important of all of these. Technology would keep evolving, but the responsible AI aspect of it would still remain the envelope.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thanks, Arun, for sharing that. I hope, folks, it's clear in terms of what all do we cover. Also, if you enroll for any of the cohort that you're there, right, in AI for PMs, like Arun mentioned, there is a lot of new content that keeps coming up, and we do keep adding it as we keep launching different cohorts as well. You do get access to the next few cohorts as well, right, so that you can brush up on those skills, and whatever additional that we add as part of the next cohorts, you do get access to that as well. It's not just that you do this 5 weeks itself, right? So Akhil, yes, we have
All
you here.
right. All right. All right. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Okay. So guys, before I say it, like of course, I have the results. I've spoken to all the three panelists, and guys, what do you think in the chat? Who should be the winner? Or let's not go to the winner. Let's go to the team who would be, let's say, second last. Quickly in the chat, what your opinion? Let's hear what audience has to say.
This is for the fourth position that we are.
Third position. My
Third.
bad. Third position. My bad. Folks, who do you think should be taking that third position? Okay, Voyage. All right. Okay, only Aaron. Okay. Oh, looks like conflicting thoughts. All right. Uh-huh. Okay, only three people wants to give the opinions. All right, I think let's go for a second position. I think there could be these folks would still be thinking, okay, who they should give the award to. Okay. Medilocker second. All right. Okay, I'm still waiting. I'm assuming you guys are typing. The teams can also vouch for themselves as well, right? So that Voyage.
Yeah, and just a reminder for everyone, first was Voyage Genie, the travel product that we have. Then we had MediVault for all your prescriptions, and you got the mail, you got WhatsApp, everything as well. Then we had NutriBuddy, who was sort of similar to Healthify as well. Then the LinkedIn agent, and the last one was the Finfluencer fact checker. So
Awesome.
whichever one that you feel.
Awesome. I think, yeah, we have, I think audience alignment as well in terms of what the results are going to be, right? So I'm not so Sakshi if you've kept some slides for announcing it, because I can quickly see Siddhant's breaking news, right? So probably, yeah, about to break the news. Yeah. So I think the third team is Voyage, the team who's helping to create a travel itinerary across different locations and with a lot of records information, right? So folks, congratulations. I think amazing efforts, right? So yeah. And once the celebration, let me also put a heart to it. This is good work, right? Now the second team is okay, second team is, yes, I think Abhimanyu has already read my mind. I'm not sure you have met Suhanisha or what, but yeah, it's Medilocker. Yeah, so second team is Medilocker. Guys, wonderful work. I think this is a regular problem, right? Around, in fact, last week I was also helping one of my friend, and we were literally struggling to read what the doctor has written, and we had to wait for another day to connect with the doctor to actually get that the medicine name verified, so that we don't go and buy the wrong one, right? And first team is again, yeah, LinkedIn. So Ashu and team, Sumit, Shivam, yeah, you guys have done a fantastic job. And yeah, it was a product when everyone saw, oh, this is something amazing, right? We all understand it would have a recruiter side problem, which Abhijit has definitely raised. But yeah, so I think when Abhijit, when these folks would be building on the supply side of it, definitely they have to build some super amazing solution as well, wherein the recruiters can also quickly filter and help them clutter the noise. But I think team, amazing work. So
I
I
just wanted
think
to showcase their names as well so
oh, you
that
already knew. You already met Suhanisha. Yeah.
so just wanted people to know their names as well. Remember them. Folks, do put your LinkedIn links in the chat. I think people would love to connect with you, understand more about your learning experience as well. So this is team 3, Suresh, Siddharth, Gaurav, and Praveen. Second place.
Mrinal, Bhavani, Jyotika, and Asmita. Awesome. And then we have the champs. Yeah, Ashu, Sumit, and Shivam. Guys, congratulations. I think fantastic work. You folks have spent, I think, countless hours in making this final product. I don't call it a tool or an agent because it's way beyond it, because it solves a problem, right? It's a product, right? And if you are probably giving it to LinkedIn, then it could become a feature. But yeah, I think it solves a real problem. And we keep on mentoring a lot of PMs, senior PMs, and aspiring PMs as well. And this is one problem everyone talks about every single day, right? I don't know how to apply. I don't know. I can't keep on customizing my resume every single day because I apply to 500 jobs every day, right? Of course, we can put a number to it whether we should do it or not. But yeah, thanks again. To all the panelists, right, who have spent almost 2 hours Sunday morning with us, and to all the audience who have spent so much time watching, the work in action and supporting all the teams, right, really means a lot. And folks, one giveaway for everyone. So everyone, like, just if you will be sharing your feedback on LinkedIn about your today's experience, then we will be also giving you our AI resource guide for free. So while you're doing it, do not forget to mention product space as in tag us, so that we can identify, okay, which is the post which got the maximum engagement. So whoever and this AI resource guide would have some exclusive materials that our mentors have created in-house, right? So yeah, I think that's it, Sakshi, from my end. And I'm also dropping my number in the chat if anyone wants to talk in the evening. I would be also taking a break now for next 1 to 2 hours, and then happy to assist and yeah, take things forward. Awesome. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everyone.
Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
nice Sunday, folks.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.